Hello everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Mage the Ascension the Victorian Age here on Dork Tales. I hope you're all doing well tonight, because I'm doing pretty well. It is a special night because we had a wildfire that got way too close to our house on Wednesday morning. So a lot of us were very sleepy, so we're now recording this on Sunday. But I am really excited to be here. If this is your first time here, I'm your storyteller, Kelly. Have you seen him? And I am very excited, and so is that cat, to be here as we delve further into Death on the Empress Express. But I think that cat was telling me I was talking too much, so let's take it away and pass it around, starting with Christine. Hey, Christine, who are you? Why are you here?
Well, hi, I'm Christine, and I use she, her pronouns. I am here because I play Dr. Evelyn Taylor.
That's a good reason.
A member of Society of Ether. Crazy mad scientist.
Nice.
So, yeah, that's why I'm here, because
Nice.
We're here to do magic.
Nice. Amy, why are you here?
I'm here to play games. But
Okay.
I'm Amy, my pronouns are she, her, they, them, and I'm playing Chastity, Prudence, Goodwin, the Celestial Chorister / Cult of Ecstasy member, and yeah, is having a bit of a weird experience right now.
Are you,
going into this game, I think.
We were asking before you showed up in chat, but do you know if Chastity's coming or going this episode?
I think in some cases she wishes she was going.
Mm-hmm. That's fair.
After that, yeah.
Yeah, fair enough. All right, down beneath you, Jen, why are you here?
I'm here to take names and play games.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Right? Yeah. I'm all out of names.
That's
they're all in
that is
Josephine.
not true. Josephine has, unless you're talking about names to give because you gave them all to Josephine.
I'm all out of names. They're all in Josephine.
I'm all out of names.
But hi, I'm Jen, Kelly Daniels in the chat, and I play Josephine Carrington, our Order of Hermes, and I have a kitten who is being chaotic and unmuted me by standing on the keys and then screamed into the microphone.
As they are what? Well, the cat had to talk. It's fine. It's fine. How did you get Bran? Oh, what did you name the cat? Have you come up with a name yet?
Literally typing that in the chat, Kelly. Literally was just typing that and ping.
What'd you name the cat, and why is it Bran?
I named her Mischief, or Little Miss.
Oh, that's right. Little Miss. Speaking of Little Miss, Robin, why are you here?
I'm here because I'm a mage addict.
It's true. We made a t-shirt about it.
Yeah, it's true. I have a sticker on my desk about it. But yes, I'm Robin. I use she, her pronouns. I'm second gen gamer in the chat, and I play Darcie Harkness, our Irish Verbena witch, who also uses she, her pronouns most of the time. And yes, my familiar is Bran, the black cat with one eye. So, but apparently he's just changed and manifested as Little Miss.
It's probably true. I mean, that's what familiars do. They go from body to body. It's already fine. It's all fine. It's all fine. Hey, folks, we have one more person joining us tonight, and that, well, it's more of a spirit, really. Can you hear it? Can we reach across the void and evoke the power of Bookwyrm Games, our sponsor? Check out these dice. I always roll them per game. Here they are Amethyst D10s. I rolled a 1. Crap for tonight's episode. And they are just absolutely fantastic. Bookwyrm Games has been sponsoring us for 2 years. And if you want some World of Darkness dice that are, well, some World of Darkness inspired, legally distinct dice that are made of gemstones, they've got ones that they feel like the Sabbat, they feel like the Camarilla, they even feel like the Sabbat and the Camarilla, depending on your pronunciation of those things, as well as the Anarchs. There is no alternative way to say that one. The Anarch is, I guess, without sounding like Laszlo from What We Do in the Shadows. The Anarchs are here. I really need to run What We Do in the Camarilla. But Bookwyrm Games is a fantastic sponsor, and we're very lucky to have them. Go to bookwyrmgames.com right now and save 15% with code DorkTales. One caveat, they do worldwide shipping if you spend 100 Canadian dollars, except right now, because of historically bad international trade policies, they are not shipping to the United States presently. because if you bought a $5 set of dice, the U.S. Customs would charge you $80 a flat rate, no matter what. So it's pretty
on top of the $5. On top of the $5, so it'd be $85 for
80. That's 85 didgeridoo. That's a lot of dollars. But if you are anywhere else in the world, please support Bookwyrm Games. This is a rough time for all people in the tabletop industry right now because of these tariffs. So please go support your local game store. Go support Bookwyrm Games, and let's keep the party going because hey, we're all here to have fun and play some games together. And with that in mind, I just want to let you know that last time on Mage the Ascension the Victorian Age, you all found yourselves traveling aboard the train, arriving in Jerusalem. There, you split apart, and it was there that you had some strange encounters. Some rather physical encounters for some of you. It appears that Evelyn and Henry Mattow consummated their new friendship in a very aggressive manner, multiple times. And that was perhaps nudged along by Chastity's mind magic? That doesn't seem like something that Chastity would do in her right mind, right? Well, perhaps it wasn't, because as the day progressed, and you watch Chastity get way too friendly with one Nathaniel Calhoun, things became pretty obvious when another Chastity arrived. That's right, we had two of them. Luckily, through some physical activity rampant inside of Nathaniel Calhoun's chamber, Chastity had a very embarrassing I'll have what she's having moment inside of, thankfully, a sound bubble that was created by Josephine in the greatest use of magic in the entire Chronicle.
I had no idea that was going to happen, so that was completely.
It was
no
just-
idea that
great.
was coming. You were saying?
I was specifically avoiding that word. Thank you.
This is the Victorian Age. We use arriving. God damn it. But great use of magic. I was so pleased about that because it just made the entire scene less awkward. I loved it. We also had Darcie and Sam going on a bit of a date and deepening their will they, won't they dynamic, while Jo also previously had the first interaction with her family, and it was the darn cutest thing and a wonderful counterpoint to all of the sexy boo that was going on. And I'm really glad we had that, because otherwise, woof. But now that things are embarrassing and that things are coming back to normal, we're going to be picking up game in just a minute. But before we do, does anybody have any questions, comments, or concerns? Anybody buying anything? And please, players, it has only been 3 years. Remind me over in the chat if you have any merits that I need to be aware of. Now, I know that some of you have like Lightning Calculator and some of you have things like Linguist or so on. But if you have any specific type of merit that I should be aware of for this, for example, if you have Medium, not specifically, but like, you know, it's one that would really come up. And let me know. Also, thank you, chat, for buying a point of XP. So, does anybody
I
have any...
put mine just above the. I spelled it wrong, but Darcie has honored lineage whenever we meet any verbena.
Which will happen next chapter. I'm just going to turn my fan on because it is kind of warm in this room right now. There we go. And
then, of course, my cyclic magic, which I forget. I think we're at even right now.
I think we're finally at even again, or we're about to be.
Yeah.
Okay. And does anybody else have anything that I should be aware about?
Bran
Perfect.
is still the predator.
Click, 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 click. Okay. I mean, he's a predator and the predator, which is pretty great. Okay, so if we have nothing else to discuss, then I think it's time for us to hop into Mage the Ascension, the Victorian Age, Book 3, Chapter 12. The Man Next Door. Before long, you all find yourselves once again careening down the tracks, leaving Cairo and more recently Jerusalem behind you. We are once again lulled by the comforting vibrations of the Empress Express. Several hours have passed. and we are well into your second night on the train. A lot has happened, and in that time, I'm curious, are any of you doing anything in particular? It's coming up on a late evening dinner, and I'm wondering, are you going to go have some food inside of the dining car? Are you going to hole up in your room? What's the plan for the night? So right now it is, you departed from Jerusalem shortly after sundown and are in the process of making your way toward Damascus. Yes, you have a question there, Amy.
Well, not so much a question, just that I know that Chastity is trying to figure out what the fuck just happened. Because that was really weird and alarming. And, yeah.
That's fair.
And you told me that she did not get any memories of what the doppelganger did.
No memories of what your doppelganger did. So,
so did they fill me in on the other Chastity?
Oh yeah, because I'm sure it was.
Yeah.
I mean, Darcie would have, because Bran let Darcie know that other Chast was like doing the dirty with Mr. Calhoun.
So why don't we start there? So let's start inside of the Gold Suite, which is Chastity and is Chastity in Joe's room or Chastity in Darcie's room?
Darcie.
Okay.
Darcie.
So Chastity and Darcie's room. As we head over into the Gold Suite, I think we are going to cut in upon Chas's face as the summary of the events of the day are told to her. And we're going to basically say that you have just heard the news that Bran overheard you inside of Mr. Calhoun's room. It was very moist.
Great. We're gonna have to deal with that, you know. Considering she just
poofed
went
out of existence.
Probably sooner than later.
Well, like I said, it sounded very moist. Sorry, I'm doing Connery, not Bran. It sounds very moist. There was a lot of clinking going around.
Wasn't Bran Connery?
Bran was kind of a mix. But anyway, so there was a lot of imbibing there. I mean, moist by the carpet was wet. It was, hold on. He raises his paw to his nose and flares his nostrils. Whiskey. Lots of whiskey. Staining the carpet. Why, what'd you think I meant?
I'm not entirely sure what I thought you meant. So, I'm going to go and just make sure that Mr. Calhoun just thinks of it as a drunken memory or lack of memory, or, I'm just going to go make sure he doesn't remember this for sure.
Okay.
And she's just gonna she's probably I figured she's sitting on her bunk. She's probably just gonna stand up rather abruptly and is going to go ahead in that direction to go deal with that.
What happened with Sam? Because Sam was with us at the table.
Sam departed from the table after that, as he had to go meet some dignitaries that were boarding the train. As a security detail. Darcie might.
Sorry. Darcie would have, as he left, would have asked if he might want to go stargazing after his shift is done.
Yeah, I could probably meet you in the observation cart closer tonight around, let's say 10, if you're going to still be awake, or is that too late for you?
I enjoy the late night. And honestly, I'd love to see the stars as we're traveling. I'll meet you there for a drink.
Yeah, sounds good. So, we follow outside as Chastity makes her way down into the second class area. Looking around, you'll be able to see, or at least, did you know, yeah, Calhoun gave you his room number. So, you could find your
Did
way...
he give it to her, or did he give it to the double?
That's a great question. So in that case, Bran is going to follow you into the hall and say, do you know which way you're going?
I was just going to look for...
It's the third room in the Prince Edward.
Much appreciated, thank you.
Hey, no problem. Go cause some havoc.
I'm trying to undo the havoc.
He waves a paw. Whatever. Heading down the corridor. You are going to be able to reach Nathaniel Calhoun's door. It is the third car there inside of the Prince Edward car. Do you knock? What do you do?
I think she's going to put her ear up against the door for a moment and kind of listen for what sort of sounds there might be.
You hear from inside.
Great. She's gonna go grab a alcohol would probably be best. Well,
I mean,
maybe he's still got some in the room.
He probably definitely does.
Yeah, we're just gonna assume that he does. And recalculate if he doesn't. So she's just gonna open the door.
All right, the door is going to slide open. It is unlocked at the moment. And you're going to see that the second-class cars are slightly larger than you expect, but they're still much smaller than the room that you're in, probably about half the size. There are a pair of beds stacked bunk style. And as you slide the door open, you'll see that there is a whiskey bottle that has fallen on the floor and poured the majority of its contents out onto the rug there, leaving a stain that seeps underneath the door that slides open at your touch. And as you enter, Nathaniel Calhoun, a broad, strapping man, is going to lean over the top bunk and look at the door. There's a glaze of alcohol in his eyes, and you can see that he is bare-chested with a sheet wrapped around his waist. And he looks down. There you are. I was wondering where you'd got off to.
I had to attend to something.
It's fine. Women's things, right? Get us a drink, would you, darling?
It would be my pleasure. She's gonna go in. She'll look for a bottle of alcohol that isn't completely empty on the ground.
Okay.
Are there
Scouring
glasses?
around.
Is there a...
They're scouring around. You'll find a pair of tumblers. One of them is tipped over on the ground, but something that's usable. There's also a bottle of Irish whiskey that is over on... Actually, pardon me. A bottle of Tennessee bourbon that is over on the shelf.
Right. Okay. Let's go for the bourbon.
Is everything okay? I'm detecting a bit of trepidation. You don't regret it, do you?
There's nothing to regret.
That's my girl. That's what I...
Here, have a drink. She'll bring it over to him. But before she hands it to him, she's gonna pull it away when he goes to reach for it. Grab it.
Hey, come on.
And I think she's going to actually just pour it over his head.
Oh, is this some type
And then I think she's going to grab him, like she just wants to put her hand on his face and like push him down into the... Is he on bed? Like on the bed?
Yeah, he's on the bed, just kind of leaning over.
Okay. So I'm gonna have him, I want to put his face into a puddle of alcohol
Okay, done.
on the bed, and we're gonna do a mind effect to make him forget that he slept with her
Okay.
or met her that night.
So that's going to be mind 4, and
Yep.
I would love this. So go ahead and give me an Arete check at a difficulty of 7.
Okay, I'm gonna spend a willpower.
Okay.
And it looks like I've got a few. I still have quintessence. I'm gonna spend a quintessence. Okay.
All right. So basically,
Uh-oh.
you. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. It's just a fail. It's not a botch. But is a fail.
Okay.
Okay.
So you attempt and you kind of dig his face into it. And hey, not so rough, not so rough.
Problem?
I'm
I thought you were
tender.
enjoying yourself.
I was, but you've... Honey Bunch, the flesh is weak after what you did to it. The spirit's willing, but the flesh is tired and spongy.
I have life 2. Just
Okay.
question here. We've got a combination of mind. I can do stuff. I have life. I have alcohol.
Yep.
I have he's overworked himself.
Yeah.
Can we
Use mind 2, life 2 to basically do an encouragement of what would basically be the opposite of the tolerance route?
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah. 100%. Blackout?
Yeah.
I think that would
Yeah,
be
he's
totally
blackout.
fine.
Absolutely.
Go
And then
ahead,
I would
give-
love to go and spend more time
Okay. Difficulty of 6, please. And I think that a good focus for this would just be
Oh, I
making
guess
him
put
drink
in
another
one
drink.
success total because I did spend willpower. Sorry about that.
That's fair. So that's
Yeah.
so that's enough to basically like remove the memory for just like a moment.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So then for that part, so this is a second effect then.
Yep, difficulty of 6, please.
Okay. Much better. 3 successes.
Listen, I just want you to know
Yeah.
that
shh. I think it's bedtime.
Do you want to cuddle?
Not in the slightest.
I would. Oh, that's so bad.
Just shh.
And he's gonna just go.
So just like slap him on like gently on the face that like they're there, but not even remotely like honest about it.
Mm.
Okay. Ugh.
He starts snoring. Rather, you know, the sad part is looking at him. I don't know if you processed this, but if his behavior was better, he would absolutely not be a bad person for a lot of women to spend time with. Like, just looking at him. He's got a very Gaston type of vibe to him.
I guess some people are into that.
Mm-hmm.
I think she'll say that looking at him, tilting her head. And then she's going to put her hand on his head and is going to start trying to make sure she very much takes out the memory of spending some time doing this.
That sounds absolutely fine. So what I want you to do is we're going to spend a little bit of time doing this. I want you to make me, by spending extra time, by spending a little bit of quintessence in this, give me, so it's difficulty 7, we'll drop it to 6. Give me an extended Arete check at difficulty 5. And I want you to give me 4 or 5 successes. 4 successes
Okay,
will
so extending
basically...
means I'm rolling multiples?
Basically, I
times?
want you to tell me each roll is going to raise the difficulty by 1. And we'll take like a few
So,
minutes of prayer
The first
or...
one was difficulty 5.
difficulty 5, yes.
Thankfully, her mind stuff is her Cult of Ecstasy foci sphere. So this
Okay.
is just drink, imbibe, you know, all that good stuff. So she's gonna just sit. I think part of this is she's gonna stare, kind of like be staring at him, probably giving him like a bit of a head massage because that just feels good, you know, Cult of Ecstasy. but also is just kind of drinking and
Okay.
staring at him impassively while she's doing this.
That sounds great.
So first round, 2 successes.
Okay. 2 successes. Give it to me at difficulty 6.
Okay, and 10s explode, correct? Yes.
Hands explode.
Three successes.
Okay. And if you want to try one more, you could erase it permanently.
I would love to do that.
All right, go ahead.
Okay, so I'm going to spend another quintessence for this one. There's another.
Yeah,
And
that'll be difficulty 6
So-
then, if you spend a quintessence.
Okay. And we're spending another willpower, because why
Okay.
not?
Sounds great.
It's 2 successes.
All right, 2 successes. As you pour alcohol into his mouth over and over, he blurbles a little, and with the last vestiges of his memory of you, says, "You're the kind of girl I could marry."
I think she just shudders and goes, "Ugh,
And the door will
that'll
slide
never
open.
happen."
Ah,
Head just like whip towards the door.
Armand Levesque, the card reader, the Frenchman, will be standing in the doorway.
I was just leaving.
Hello,
Your
madame.
Roommate
Ouais,
drank a bit too much.
merde.
Bye. She's just gonna try and slip past him if she can.
Have a good night, eh?
Mm-hmm.
Are you
Yeah,
kidding,
you
Mr.
too.
Calhoun? He goes over, and you can see that the alcohol is seeped through the mattress and dripped onto his lower bunk. Merde. I really must upgrade to a different carriage. Meanwhile, back at the Gold Suite, what are the rest of you doing? I would like to say that as you are all together, Evelyn, have you revealed what you were doing at this point? Did it come out last episode?
I mean, I don't know if it did or not, but they certainly know.
Darcie and Sam went to the cabin and heard what was going on, decided to go to the dining cart because it was very
Yes.
loud.
Yet Evelyn hasn't, like, you ended on Evelyn being in bed. That was the end of the episode.
And then you two, Henry and Evelyn, decided to try again, not under the magic.
Right.
Yeah. So they're going
Oh,
for
that's
like
right.
round 2 or 3.
Yeah.
That is
I mean,
right.
By this point, we've probably done like the one round after. But
Yeah.
considering how long
Yeah, so-
we may have been in there, that chafing is a thing.
It is a thing. It's probably more snuggling now and things. So at that, he's going... So we're going to cut back to the room with you all doing the soap opera, like, sheet around the bosom and man putting on pants
Okay.
moment. That was very pleasant.
It was. I don't quite know what to say now.
You are a very interesting friend to have. I would like to discuss if you would be amenable to maintaining our and learning more about each other.
She's gonna kind of flush a little bit, but be like, I like the sound of that.
I am very late for my duties. I hope that Sam
Hopefully,
has...
Sam.
Yes. The man owes me many favors. For covering for
I would
his
have to talk to
indiscretions.
Chastity.
You think that she used witchcraft on us?
Certainly did something. I don't know why, though. She was acting odd.
Yes. Perhaps she is a meddlesome auntie, and just wished to push. To be honest, this seemed
they
in...
all are meddlesome. Though, to be fair, I did just do that to Darcie.
Yes. Yes, we did. But this is the direction that I would have wanted this to go eventually anyway.
Yes. Potentially not quite that fast, but... all's well.
Well, then we will speak tomorrow. Miss
That sounds good.
Dr. Taylor?
Let me know when you're done with duties and can sit and eat
I will.
and will not get in trouble.
Have a wonderful night.
You too. Hopefully there's nothing wrong that you had to deal with.
Yes. And he will pause for a moment trying to think of a witty retort, but he's not particularly the most witty speaker, and will pause for a moment, nod, and then depart the room. And as he shuts the door, you're going to have a moment of just kind of afterglow and awkwardness and all of the confusion of what have you done because of what happened with, you know, what would the look on James Morgan's face if he had heard about this, and are you beyond this, and all of these internal affairs like rolling around inside of your heart. And as you kind of lean back and focus, you're going to see a tiny vermin staring at you from a shelf behind a bottle of water.
She's going to look him right in the eye.
I saw nothing!
Oh?
I saw nothing!
She's going to keep staring him down. I would like to use intimidation.
Yes, you may.
Silent, just stare. So that would be an intimidation charisma? Or
Yeah,
appearance?
charisma and intimidation. Charisma and intimidation could be good.
Okay. Would my enchanting feature of my eyes that I am
Yeah.
using to stare at him hard
Yeah, I'll allow that.
apply?
Yep,
All right,
absolutely.
so that would be 2 off of the difficulty.
Yep, lowers the difficulty down to 4, and I will roll his willpower. Well, that's something.
2 successes.
2 successes. There's going to be a loud as he tears off the sutures that are holding his skull cap on, and is going to cover his eyes with the top of his own head, and say, "I saw nothing."
Good. And then Evelyn's going to start dying laughing.
I will bless your marriage to the Rat Pope.
The what now?
He peers over his skull cap. Did you not hear? I am founding my own religion. I heard someone say rat bastard Catholics in the hall, and I've decided that I shall be the rat bastard Catholic. I will have papal supremacy.
All right. No riots. No spreading disease. And try not to spread the message violently. And remember, I can undo you if I wish to.
Yes.
Good.
but you cannot undo him. And he's going to scurry into the cupboard.
I can end it before it gets too bad, hopefully.
All right. In the next chamber, Darcie, you and Joe are taking a moment away from this, waiting to see what type of, I don't know, whatever Chastity's off doing. What are the two of you doing in the meanwhile? Is there anything that you're planning for the evening?
I'm investigating Chastity's pillow to see if I can find eyelashes.
Do you want to have that conversation?
Yes.
About
I forget
that?
exactly what conversation, but I remember that I was going to have a conversation.
you were gonna ask Darcie to collect like hair over like a period of, or like
Yeah,
after
yeah.
like 7 days or something like that, whatever was needed. You were gonna ask Darcie to sneakily do that.
Right.
To help
Yeah,
make
yeah.
the
So
wonder.
yeah, I think what happens is I'm like not so subtly looking at Chastity's pillow. Just
Josephine, what are you
Yes?
doing?
looking for something. I can't even lie. Apparently, I'm trying to get a present for Chastity, a magical present, but I need something from her, like eyelashes or hair that's been that's she slept hair from her head, but that also has been slept on for like 7 days when she's had dreams or something like that. I wrote it all down, and Josephine will have notes on it. I forgot to take notes because that's the way I play games.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I can help. I can be sneaky. I can be subtle. We were sleeping together, so I can keep an eye out for the certain amount of time and day, and if she looks like she's had good dreams or something like that.
Yeah, that'd be good. Thanks. Because it's harder to suddenly pick hairs off your friend's head.
It really is. As a life witch, definitely it's hard to get to biological samples of your friends.
Yeah, I'm
Off
well aware
of
of
them.
sympathetic connections and all of that. I use them, but less often than you might. So that makes sense.
Yeah, no, that's very sweet. Do you know? Is it too nosy for me to ask what you're getting her, making her, crafting her?
My brother actually might be making it with his mentor, but it's hopefully going to be some kind of connection for Chastity with Teddy and Amelia and Teddy Jr., like photos and stuff.
Oh,
But special, like so that she can't just lose it. Like she can lose the item for sure, but it's not like she'd then lose all photos or something, especially since we don't really have photos of pictures of the rest of them.
that's very thoughtful. That's very sweet that you're doing that for her. I will happily be the snoopy person, roommate in a pillow. I could always make an excuse that I saw Brian sleeping on her pillow or something like that as well, and like be cleaning off or something like that. So I'm sure I can do some detective work for you and get you some hair samples from Chastity.
Thanks, that'd be great.
That's very sweet.
She was having a bad time, and Josephine's gonna kind of look around and then kind of drop her voice a bit and just be like, that at least 2 of them are safe, and because I happen to have contacts. It was easy enough to try and figure that out. Anyway.
Yeah, I hope maybe this whole two chastities and now one chastity thing maybe has helped her release some of her energy, pent up trauma. But yeah, she's had a rough time, and I think giving her that is going to be that. I mean, that's beyond thoughtful, Josephine. That's very, very kind.
She looks a little uncomfortable with being praised. She's like,
And as you're uncomfortable, you find a hair.
yeah.
And are able to hide your discomfort in, ooh.
Ooh, piece of candy. So
a little baggy and just, or like a little like I probably have some cloth bags for holding like, spell components essentially.
100%.
But
so this has been a very interesting day.
that's one way to put it.
Did we actually eat? Did we eat dinner when we were out there at the table? I kind of forget. But if
I was eating, or I wanted to eat an early dinner. That's why I went there.
Well, you
Can't
could always
remember
head back to the car and go grab some late supper. It's about 8 p.m. at this point.
do you want to go grab Evelyn? I think I heard the door open and close. So I'm guessing Henry's probably gone. Evelyn might have worked up an appetite.
Probably.
Also, I kind of want to see her smug face. Not smug face.
I mean,
I'm gonna have the smug face on her embarrassment. She's going to go bright red, more bright red than I am a bit.
I doubt that.
Ah, no.
But also, I'm a fan of letting her have privacy. That.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Yeah.
That's
Maybe we'll
probably
just
about
let-
the point where you'll hear her start dying laughing.
Okay. Well, maybe we'll just
Something's
slide a note
entertaining.
under the door saying we've gone to dinner. If you want to join us, feel free.
Yeah.
But
That sounds good.
yeah. So Darcie write a quick note and slide under Evelyn's door saying we've gone off for late food. If you want to join us in the dining cart.
Okay, so in the hallway, you slide that underneath her door. And as you do, can I get a perception and alertness roll from you?
Does instincts apply?
100%.
Do you want it from both of us or just?
If you are headed to the hallway to drop that off as well, yes.
I mean, I might as well because we're gonna then head off to dinner.
Yeah.
So, or late dinner. Perception.
What's the difficulty, did you say?
Difficulty on this is going to be 7.
It is just a fail because I got 1 success, but I did roll 3 ones on my 5 dice.
Oh my! I
One
rolled a lot
7.
of dice.
1 7,
Did you?
2 ones, and
2
then the
successes.
5.
2 successes. All right, 1
Oops, sorry.
success. Josephine, you were going to smell something.
It was a fail because I had 3
Oh, it was a
ones,
fail.
So
That's
Yeah.
totally, yep. You were going to smell something in the air that's going to kind of distract you. It smells like incense. It smells earthy and with a touch of like temple incense. Perhaps at one of the mosques or something like that. It clings to the side of the carriage here and distracts you. But as you're sliding something under, you are going to notice, Darcie, that the door next to Evelyn. So as the car is, okay, there is As you can see in our sheet, there is Baroness Clara, that handsome Arabic man, your Chas and Darcie's, Evelyn and Joe, and then there are 2 cars above it on the way to the dining car. In the car directly next to Evelyn, that was, as far as you could tell, unoccupied during the first leg of the journey, you are going to see that the door is slightly ajar. And you can hear, with instinctive, you can smell the very softest scent of blood? Do you do anything?
Do you smell that?
Yeah. Do you smell that blood?
It smells like incense.
No, that smells like... Hold on a second. Darcie's gonna try and start going towards the observation deck. Like makes her way to go the opposite way as the dining car.
So the observation deck, first class observation, the Britannia is at the front. So you're right, actually. So the dining cars are between the cars. So this would be moving past the door.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so she's going to kind of turn around and kind of, because the door's open, Darcie's gonna kind of put a finger to her lips in the international sign of shush, and she's going to start walking over towards the car with the door ajar. Does she hear anything?
You can hear a little bit of rustling motion on the inside. How close do you get to the door? You inch closer?
Yeah. She's going to actually mind link signal for Predator Bran to go invisible and do a snoop.
I'm on it. And as you're kind of leaning toward the door and do that mind link, the door is going to suddenly open. I'm assuming that you're kind of within a couple of feet of it, kind of trying to peer through the crack.
She's probably trying not to look super obvious. So if you want me to make a manipulation and perform or something.
Manipulation and subterfuge, please. Perfect. Difficulty 6.
Yeah. I'm a spin of willpower.
Please do.
Joe's just kind of hanging out, being super confused about what Darcie's doing, but is also curious. So
2 successes for Darcie.
2 successes for Darcie. The door is suddenly going to open, sliding away, and revealing a man. He's tall, has a very rectangular face with a soft jaw. He's in his late 20s, maybe early 30s, with a pair of smoked lenses over his eyes. His hair is long and brown and tied back into a small tail at the nape of his neck. And as you are there, you're going to see that there is a wet towel wrapped around his shoulders. kind of draped over like a shawl. He is wearing a white button-up shirt that has been buttoned down to the mid-chest. He's fit. The type of man who probably does equestrianism, running, or any type of just basic athletic that you would imagine of the leisured class. And as he opens the door a bit, he looks up at you, and you're going to see that there is a bit of blood running down his chin from a bit of a gash along his jawline. Oh, excuse me. I didn't realize I left the door open.
My apologies. I'm so sorry for being, for sticking my nose in. This cabin has been empty since the start of the journey, so I was...
Ah, I imagine that you
befuddled by...
You probably heard me wince. And as he says that, you can see that there is a straight razor in his hand, with a bit of blood clinging to the side of one of the blade. Well, the side of the blade.
Not as used to doing that on a moving vehicle?
No, I'm not quite as well-versed as I'd like to be. I only just managed to get on the train as we were departing. I thought I would clean myself up before dinner. Are you my neighbors, then?
We are.
Pleasure to meet you. My name is Mr. Beckett.
Pleasure to meet you, Josephine Carrington.
Miss Carrington, it is a pleasure.
Darcie Harkness.
Miss Harkness. Are you in the adjacent room? He gestures toward the room that Evelyn is presently in.
I am. I'm staying in that room, along with one of our traveling companions.
I see. Well, I am only recently in, but I would ask if it is not too indecent of me to do so, that I am a light sleeper, and the walls are a bit thinner than I expected. Should I find myself sleeping too deeply and making a bit of noise, I would appreciate being informed, so that I do not disturb you.
That's much appreciated. As Darcie stated, the cabin has been empty, so we weren't aware that anybody was staying there. So, thank you.
It's quite all right. Well, if you'll excuse me, I'm a bit uneven at the moment. I should probably finish this up.
Of course.
Of course. Pleasure to meet you, Mr. Beckett.
Do you still want me to go inside? Bran will empath to you.
Yes. Yes. Empath back.
And he will head inside. I don't know how I'm going to get out.
Oh,
really.
just 1 second. Darcie will quickly rip, put her hand into her bag and pull out some healing balm. Would be used for healing life, but it's not. She's not going to put magic on it, but she always has some spares, and she'll be like, I know this might seem a bit imprudent of a stranger, but I find the salve is very cooling, very calming. It might help with the bleeding on your jaw there.
A little bit of Perth wisdom.
The door open. Keep the door open for Bran to sneak in.
From near Cork?
Hey, how did you pick up the accent? Very verse in your...
I'm sorry to say that I'm originally British myself, though. I've seemed to have lost most of my accent throughout my trips.
Yes, indeed. Just outside of Cork in a very small small village, but
Lovely area.
you've- it is quite different from she'll gesture to like outside a window.
Quite so.
different.
Well, I hope that since we are sharing this carriage together, you won't hold it against me that my roots come in a land of colonialist imperators.
I try not to hold it against you there, sir. You seem like a decent enough fellow.
Looks can be deceiving. And you are going to feel Bran. Were you hoping that Bran... Now, was the empathic projection that you put into Bran that he should stay in the room or just give it a quick circuit?
Ooh, stay in the room.
Okay. No. If that's all, ladies, I would bid you good night. Though perhaps I will see you in the dining car sometime.
That would be lovely. Have a good evening.
You as well. And he will shut the door. Evelyn, you're going to hear the sound of your friends having a conversation in the hallway outside once you've gotten dressed. You're in the process of primping your hair and correcting your looks as you hear a door shut in the hallway and your friends standing in the hallway having a conversation. What do you do?
Well, I probably got the note. And we'll go join them because might as well face the teasing.
Fair enough. Do you have this conversation in the hall? Do you go back to your room?
Me? Or, like, what's happening?
Where do you do? So they're out in the hallway outside of your room right now. Do you
Yes,
pull
they
them
were
into
going to
your
go for
room?
food, so I was, as far as I'm aware, so I would
Okay.
just go out to join them.
All right, sounds good.
Since they're still talking.
We transition to the dining car. And it is in the dining car where there is a bit of music being played over an old, well, fairly new actually, gramophone. An old piano tune is playing as you are settled down. And as that occurs, what do you talk about? The sommelier sets you down and tells you that we are approaching last meal. The final meal will end at 9 o'clock. So you have about 45 minutes to order and have your food prepared. Beyond that, of course, you can stay and enjoy a beverage afterwards. The dinner menu tonight, by the way, is the aperitif is a chilled Dubonnet with lemon twist and arak with rose water. There is a sparkling lemonade that is the non-alcoholic option. Besides that, the entree is a potage de nil, which is a creamy lentil soup with saffron and coriander. Alternatively, if you are more into that, they have a consommé oriental, which is a clear beef broth with dates and spiced dumplings. And you also are going to see that the fish option is filet du sole Alexandria, which is sole poached in white wine with fennel. And the principal portion, the plat de principal, I cannot do French for some reason, is a Darjeeling vegetable curry at this point in the night. For they're out, unfortunately, of poulet la Baghdadi, a braised chicken with apricots, almonds, and cinnamon. It has unfortunately been quite popular tonight. And of course, wine pairing. There are also various continental cheeses with crackers and figs that are able to be served. And as for beverages, there is, of course, Turkish coffee, Assam black tea, and the two beverages that they are encouraging you tonight is a Chateau Margaux and a Moet and Chandon Champagne Brut.
Josephine's going very light for this meal, so, like, you know, just not a full course meal kind of thing.
Yeah, Darcie will get something light and just some.
At this point in the evening, it's all a la carte anyway, so you can easily just get the cheese plate and pick at it.
Oh, yeah.
There's also a little bit of dessert. They have some baklava with rose syrup there,
Darcie's
very doubly sweet. As well as
Darcie will get
served
that
with,
for sure.
you're gonna get that? Okay, some baklava, that sounds great. As well, you can get some wine or some coffee or tea with it. Probably tea from the looks of it.
Yes, tea.
Now, there are quite a few people inside of the dining car, even though it's quite late. You can see nearby that there are a pair of Europeans sitting there. A white man who is just every part of him is screaming German. In fact, you are going to recognize this man from the riverboat. In fact, let me just double check. Did you sit with him at dinner? You might have sat with him at dinner on the Nestor all those months ago in real life. So let me just double check that. Did you sit at dinner next to
The German Prussian man?
Professor Heinrich Mueller?
Yes, of burial studies.
That sounds great.
Yep.
You are going to see that over there is Professor Heinrich Mueller, who you met aboard the Nestor, having a terse meal with kind of like having hushed tones and speaking in German with a mustachioed man in a British cut suit. And I would love it if you could give me, anybody who is in this room right now, a wits and intelligence roll at a difficulty of 9. If you have eidetic memory, this will be at a difficulty of 6. Which I don't think anybody does.
Wits and intelligence, you said?
Wits and intelligence, which is the World of Darkness. Do you remember this roll?
Does deductive apply?
No, this would be based on, if anybody else has any other specialties.
What was the difficulty again?
9.
9.
Oh,
I got
yes.
a 10.
I double botch.
Double botch. You are going to take a look at this, and you have no idea who these guys are. In fact, to the point where you don't quite remember Heinrich Mueller at this point. Like, it's been like a week. You can't remember this guy you had dinner with once. In fact, you were too busy overhearing, because you speak French, of course. You are going to be hearing a lot of tittering from the bar staff, still gossiping about Chastity. And that's going to be distracting. Like, I can't believe with that Claude, women these days. Meanwhile, did you get a success, Evelyn? 1. Both of you are going to look at the other man and are going to recognize him. And it takes a moment. A full moment of processing. You saw him very briefly, but were very distracted by other events. It was when you went and toured the pyramids. He was there with that expedition that went a little bit wild, that you decided to leave from. Remember, there was that one dig nearby at one of the pyramids that went a little chaotic? You recognize this as one of the men that had been running away from it before catching his breath.
Right. I vaguely remember that.
Yeah, which makes sense that Josephine does not remember this.
Oh, that's right, because
she was getting
Josephine
I
was
was
not
out
there.
of
there. Yeah.
Well, yeah, imagine if you got successes. You botched yourself into remembering, maybe. Who knows?
I would have remembered Heinrich Mueller, but not the other guy.
So they are having a hushed conversation in German. Does anyone speak German here?
I do, with my language merit.
What do you mean that you can't find it? I'm not sure, says the other man. Heinrich Mueller is on the aggressive here. The other man says, I had it in my belongings. He speaks with a slight British accent to his German. I had it in my belongings, but it seems like someone rifled through them. This won't do. We have to make it to Bombay with all of the pieces, or else it'll be our head. I will look again, but I swear, someone must have been inside of our room. Then you had better hope that the key did not make it off of the train. If some smuggler in Jerusalem ran off with it, then we'll never see it again. And you can consider your grant, your fame, and your appointment to whatever idiotic order you Brits are so focused on to be gone. Dr. Mueller, that is hardly... Yes, I will do my best to look for it. See that you do, Templeton. See that you do.
So Evelyn's basically going to be quietly whisper translating this from behind like her coffee cup to the others.
And yes, so that is going to occur there. And
Because that sounds interesting.
Mm-hmm.
now there are some other people around the train, and you can actually see that, in fact, over in the corner, you will see the edge of that very frail man sitting in the corner drinking some Assam black tea. The one that you know as Dr. It's in my notes somewhere. There's way too many people on this damn train, and I cut it down.
Also, for prosperity's sake, Darcy's not publicly going to be like prodding and poking at Evelyn about the thing with Henry. But when Evelyn sits down, Darcy's just gonna have the biggest grin on her face.
What do I need to roll to keep Evelyn's composure perfectly and not give anything away?
Roll me your willpower score.
Okay. What's my difficulty?
Difficulty of this is 8. Dr. Milo Morvidius. Is sitting there enjoying some Assam black tea and looking out the window over the darkness of the receding Jerusalem skyline. 4 successes to just
blank face, just like completely normal day.
Josephine will have not said anything about anything except to let Evelyn know that we have a new neighbor.
Oh, nice. Somebody got on the train recently, then.
Did anyone get weird?
Apparently. Mr. Beckett, he got on the train just before we left, apparently.
I've sent Brown to do a bit of snooping in his room.
Why? You seemed weirdly
I don't know. I smell
obsessed
blood
with this room.
with the door open. You don't smell that much blood from, like, you don't smell blood from, like, just a little cut. So I
didn't smell any
suspicious.
blood. I smelled incense.
I smell blood.
Well, I suppose Bran will find something, then, if so. It's potentially just good to be on guard because of all that we know is already on this train. She'll be kind of saying behind her coffee mug.
Yeah.
And quietly.
Chastity's going to go talk to Mr. Calhoun.
The white staff is gossiping about her.
Do you know what happened? I'm quite sure she put an effect on me.
I know
Don't
there
you?
were 2 of them.
There were 2.
Yeah. I'm
So
sure.
which one did I talk to?
Considering the effects that went on you, I'm going to guess the weird one since
Yeah. I'm gonna guess that Chastity didn't mean to do that. She doesn't, unless something went terribly wrong, she doesn't tend to do that without consent.
especially to people that she considers friends, they would assume that that's not something she would do.
Yeah, it's self-defense and all of that notwithstanding, but
I think Chastity comes in at this point. Is just gonna like grab a chair with all of you and plops down, just looking done with the day.
So what happened?
Other than my reputation being completely ruined.
Well, and the mind effect you put on me.
What?
We weren't quite at the point of doing what we just did without a lot of encouragement.
Evelyn and Henry were busy.
Yeah, we heard the activities, sort of.
Yes.
You weren't quiet.
Thanks to you.
I had nothing to do with that.
Well, it certainly looked like a chastity, spoke mainly like a chastity, and cast magic like a chastity.
That's
But there was 2 of you?
apparently, and that one went and slept with someone.
Okay.
Well, at least he's never gonna remember it, so it might as well not have happened. No one
any of
remembers it
this-
happened.
Sound at all like something that Evelyn may have heard of before? In academia or a book somewhere?
Make me, yeah, no, you totally read a book about like a potion that like split this guy's personality. There was this curious case.
Like, I've got a lot of enigmas and I've got a little bit of esoterica.
Give me, yeah,
And I've got a lot of academics.
Give me an intelligence and esoterica.
Okay, deductive.
Sure.
Okay. Difficulty?
Difficulty of 7.
Okay. That is... Take those 2 off for the ones. 4 successes.
4 successes. Okay.
I've got a bunch of 10s.
So, yeah, the straights do weird things if you believe in them, and given your background in science, there are a number. Honestly, the craftsmasons were, and the Exchequers and the Void Explorers have all done experiments that have resulted in. The word cloning is not particularly common at this day and age, but accidental duplication of living physiological matter, aka doppelganger syndrome.
Did you do something magical in the last day or so? That maybe didn't work how you expected?
Chaz is trying to think of anything.
That sounds quite a bit like something that has been documented occurring when somebody has challenged the streets.
It's not ringing any bells right now.
Well, based on your description of what you had, potentially doppelganger?
I don't know. Whatever they did, I have no recollection of it. I don't know just whatever people have told me they've done.
The sommelier comes over. Is there anything else that I could get for you? Ah, Ms. Goodwin. Is there anything else that I could get for you? Another bottle of wine, perhaps?
Nope. Thank you. I'm fine. I'm good.
Are you certain? Mr. Calhoun has paid for the entire night. Anything that you would like to drink?
Also,
Maybe just one
Mr.
more bottle then.
But of course. Shiraz or champagne?
I think I'm feeling a Shiraz.
One moment. Darcie, what were you saying?
She was gonna talk to the sommelier. As well, I don't know how it is on this train in the service, but it is typically not very serviceable to have your staff gossiping loudly in the dining cart in public. So if you could maybe ask them to titter unseen.
Mademoiselle, I do believe there has been some misunderstanding. I am terribly sorry for that implication. But I have noticed that your beverages are empty. Perhaps I could offer you a complimentary refill and some more baklava for the evening. There is a special batch that we have been saving.
Oh, that sounds wonderful. Thank you.
Thank you.
Perhaps with a bit of something special from the kitchen. Are you a fan of mango? You probably have never had it.
Yeah, I was gonna say Darcie's like...
It is a fleshy fruit similar to a peach in many ways.
I would love to try it.
So, it is a mango kulfi. It is, we were saving it for further along the voyage. It is a frozen fruit dessert, lightly spiced with a spice known as cardamom, a small seed that has very strong, slightly herbal flavor. I think you will be quite pleased with it.
That sounds delightful.
I will get that for you post-haste. And once again, sorry for the misunderstanding.
Oh.
I'm certain that my staff and I were merely discussing how best to make sure that you wonderful ladies had the most enjoyable train ride possible.
I'm sure it was just a misunderstanding. It's all been cleared up now.
I will be back with your dessert shortly. And he will depart, bringing you, after fashion, a bottle of wine and some free desserts, as well as this mango kulfi, which is very delicious. But in the meanwhile, what do you do as they are off covering their asses?
Maybe just engaging in light, I'm gonna say nondescript small talk.
Yeah. Because
Keeping the rumor mill to a minimum.
Thinking about the overhearing that discussion, that is like train car discussions, not in public where we can be overheard like they were.
Right. Also keeping an eye on not like a suspicious eye, Jen's suspicious, but Josephine's not yet suspicious of the doctor that she had met on the train. She was like, "Oh, hey, this is the first time I've seen him around since we, got on." That's
Oh, also, I'm going to meet with Sam at 10 in the observation car, just if anyone wonders where to go.
I see. We
How
do
with
not
that?
observe things there.
Just observe the stars.
Just observe the stars. Uh-huh. That sounds quite the engaging meeting.
Yes, and I'm glad no shenanigans. I don't know if that's a word in the Victorian age. Tomfoolery happens with mind stuff, Just
If there
just
is,
make
it
sure.
certainly won't be coming from me. And as I said before, whatever happened with, just kind of like waves a hand over towards Evelyn, whatever happened there was also not me. Although it does seem to have worked out quite well for you. So. That's
Sounded
good.
quite enjoyable, Evelyn.
I have no complaints.
That's a really good. That's good. That's good.
And as you are having that moment of kind of companionable silence at the table, Darcie, you will have a little note in your mind as Bran's empathic projection pushes in and says, "Shite. I'm stuck."
I seem to have a cat problem I need to go deal with. Darcy's gonna get up from the table.
Yeah, that's what kind of problem?
He's stuck.
How?
Bran?
Yep.
What's up? Darcy's gonna try and also ask him the link and be like, Bran, what's going on?
He's not opening the door.
Oh.
I don't have thumbs, you silly lass. And he's locked the door. Even if I hung off of it, I couldn't open it.
Is he sleeping? What's going on?
No, he's just sitting there. Doing the most horrible thing imaginable.
What?
Reading and not opening the bloody door.
Right. I'm going to go offer him some baklava. I think. I'll be
Sam?
there in a sec. No, our new neighbor.
Do you want that to get back to Sam if you're going star watching?
No, Evelyn.
Men are
do you
like little
think if
boys
it
when
says
it comes to
an
that.
apology? Do you
Look-
want to bring a baklava?
Maybe look. I'll do
Or I
it. We have a
could,
neighbor,
or-
new neighbor.
Why don't we carry a few things or something and let something drop and just bang crash and he comes to look what it is and oh sorry, we're clumsy females.
Oh, that's a very good idea. We're so clumsy.
Yeah, I love.
Well, the door's open, Bram. Hopefully just start spread out.
Encouraging more rumors about my character.
if I just go offer him some baklava, then he'll open the door and
Or Joe could do it.
You know, that works.
I met him earlier, so I can go do that.
Joe's not renouncing anybody.
And if I can get a glimpse inside and if Brand can't get out, then I can do something about it.
I'm very curious about this individual. We have a new neighbor. I'll go with you, Joe. Like I'm
Sure.
Plus, I should also figure out where Clementine went.
Wait, the dog's missing?
I think I left it with
You know-
one of the attendants on the train earlier.
I forgot about the dog.
I didn't.
Is it?
Amy also
No,
did.
that-
Amy, I
that
was
was
thinking about
in
him last game
character.
too.
That was in character.
was
Joe
in
forgot about the dog.
Does it still count as a dog?
I've
Yeah.
tried to forget that dog every moment I can. That was an
That's a bit mean.
abomination.
I don't know. It looks a little odd now.
Yeah, but I mean, it's got a good temperament now. Mostly.
Tell Bran that I'll be by to rescue him, hopefully.
Yeah.
All right. The baklava comes, and so does the mango, which comes in these little almost tiered types of it kind of looks like, how to describe this, kind of like a little pudding brick. Is that right? What am I thinking of here? Like kind of like what would look like if you put like a pudding cup upside down. And it's lovely and frozen and frosted and mixed with cream, and you are all able to gather up your things and start making your way back down the hall. As you
I
do-
asked them for like a little, essentially like a to-go container with a couple
Sure.
of pieces of baklava in it. Just
Yeah,
That's
they will
easy.
usually be able to have like a small paper box for it.
Darcie will also ask for that because she's gonna bring Sam some baklava.
there you
Okay.
go.
Perfect. And then you can make your way back toward those cars, having your baklava to go. As you do so, you are going to be heading back into your car and heading further down along the side that leads up to where your room is, and beyond it you can see the room where Mr. Beckett is.
Cool. I'm going to go and knock on the door, essentially.
Just a
Jessie's
minute.
definitely lurking, like following Joe out of curiosity.
Who is it?
It's Miss Carrington. We met earlier.
I see, yes, Miss Carrington. Just a moment. There will be a little bit of shuffling, and the door will open. And Mr. Beckett, now dressed appropriately, no longer having to shave, will be standing there, having given himself a bit of a towel bath at the very least. The travel dust is off the side of his face, and he's wearing cleaner clothes. What can I do for you?
Good evening. I wasn't sure if you had managed to get something to eat tonight, and they were telling us it was the last meal, but also they gave us some extra baklava for us, and we couldn't eat it all, so I thought I would bring some to you as an apology for any noise from the room earlier.
That's very kind of you. Much appreciated. I would be happy to have it. Thank you.
Most welcome.
This
She'll
is
hand
our
that over.
neighbor?
She's also trying to like,
Yep.
If there's any like view into the room at all, just because correspondence, if I know where I'm looking for, I can potentially scry in and
That
like,
is totally great. Can you make me...
Also,
I want you to...
Darcie would have described the plan to
Yeah.
Bran, so he knows what to
When the
do when
door
the door
opens.
opens.
yeah. So my
Oh,
wanting
thank God.
to look in the room. Yeah, my wanting to look in the room is just in case Bran can't get out for some reason, like without if you know he's only opened the door a little bit, then I could use correspondence to get Bran out with Darcie's life, potentially, and connection to Bran. But
Okay.
you want me to roll something to?
I want you to roll me a perception and investigation or alertness.
Can I like help distract him by stepping forward and introducing like that extra level of just to help keep the door open kind of thing?
Absolutely. Give me a... how are you trying to distract him?
I mean, it's basically just like Josephine said her piece, and Chas is stepping forward, kind of being like, "So this is like so you're our neighbor, Chastity. Figure you've met the rest of them. Might as well introduce myself. You know, curious."
Well, pleasure to meet you. Make me a charisma plus subterfuge roll.
Does bold apply?
Yes, I think so.
Is this gonna? Is this for my roll or?
Yeah,
or
this
like-
will lower that.
Okay.
So charisma. So and it's been a hot minute since I had to deal with specializations. This is I just add a dice to it.
So no, that means that 10s explode.
Yeah. Okay. That's why I ask. And what's my difficulty?
Your difficulty is going to be 6. And one moment.
Three successes.
I just have to research one thing real quick, because strangely, I didn't expect you to invade his room.
Womp womp.
Should always expect you to do something wild like this. So, looking into this room, Joe, I want you to give this to me at a difficulty of 6 then. So,
Okay,
Chastity...
that didn't matter too much, but that's fine. I rolled a perception and alertness and got 3 successes, 2 10s, and a 9.
Okay, you can see that it looks like he does not have very many things on him at all. The room is almost as pristine as it was when he entered, minus a couple of, like a change of clothes that has been folded on one of the chairs. The room is quite large. It's about the same size as one of yours, so it does angle around the way, meaning that you would probably need some type of correspondence to look into the room around the corner. That said, you can see that he has unpacked a satchel and a backpack amidst certain parts of the room, and you can see the table that he was apparently reading at. There are several books stacked upon it, as well as stacked upon the chair nearby, and with 3 successes, you are going to be able to see 3 books. The first is a book called, that would be 3 books of occult philosophy by Heinrich Cornelius Agrippa, which is a book that you studied in school in Concordia. It is a mundane text, but it blends astrology, alchemy, and Kabbalah, or Kabbalistic concepts at least. That book is
Nice.
just sitting there. It looks fairly well thumbed through.
I'm assuming also we can get, like, this can be kind of part of, like, because that's why I sent Bran into the room too, was to snoop and look around as well, so.
Oh yes, don't worry. Bran will have something else that will draw his attention. He's not focused on books. I don't actually know if Bran can read particularly well, but you are going to see 2 things that are immediately going to draw your eye because they're kind of a little bit out of place. And they are going to be sitting on the desk as well. One is a book, very new, very fresh cover, called Studies on Hysteria. You'll be able to parse that with your Latin. It is written in German. And Studies on Hysteria, and you can see the author name are Freud and Brewer. And next to it, a fresh off the presses copy of the Etiology of Hysteria And that is not even a full book. It is more like a hardbound paper, like the kind you would find in an academic circle, sitting on the desk. So, with that, you are going to introduce yourself, Chastity, and he's going to take a look at you and say, oh, we're charmed, and you are going to be sharing a wall with me as well. I see.
No, I believe I'm the room. She points kind of down the hall.
One of my traveling companions, but separate room.
You're quite adventurous ladies to be traveling on your own. You remind me of a friend of mine who likes to do the same.
Really?
I find it very, very invigorating to see such modern women as yourselves.
You're familiar with Agrippa?
Oh, I dabble. I'm an antiquity scholar. And something of an archaeologist.
Fascinating. I have dabbled in occult studies myself, and alchemy.
A small world. I recently have been coming into a bit of interest on psychology. I recently had a small, we'll say, apprenticeship under Dr. Sigmund Freud in Vienna. Very interesting man with some interesting theories on the psyche, although his focus on sensuality leaves very little to the imagination.
Interesting. Oh, well, we won't keep you. Didn't mean to disturb your evening, but,
You disturbed it with baklava, which is always welcome. It has been quite some time since I have eaten it.
well, I hope you enjoy. It was delicious when it was brought from the kitchens.
I can't wait. Oh, good night.
Have a good evening.
And with that, he will shut his door.
And Josephine will head more towards her room and I hope that Bran got out, because I don't know where Darcie is right now, but
You're going to feel, Darcie, the curl of a cat next to your leg.
Oh, hi, Bran. Darcy's just in the regular room, so she'll like kind of motion to everyone else, like if we want to
The
listen to
room
what
that is on
Bran-
the other side of this room.
the one that's on the other side, the one that's
side.
not sharing a wall.
All right, you progress into the gold room. Bran is going to become tangible again. So I snooped around.
Aye, what'd you find?
Well, he didn't shave. Well, I mean, he did, but he's not, he's a weird guy. He towel cleaned himself. He stripped down to his knickers and gave himself a bit of a wipe over. He's covered in all sorts of weird scars.
Oh,
Big gouges like he's been fighting wolves. Some of them pretty fresh. In fact, he's got a wound on his side right now that's pretty raw. It ain't bleeding though. Oh, listen, I'm starting to speak Irish now. You're rubbing off on me. Stop projecting into my mind. You're messing with my accent.
sorry. It's
Brr.
hard.
I don't know what's going on, but with a wound like that, I would have expected a man to not be nearly as mobile as him. Or at the very least, I would have expected a wound that deep to bleed.
Could he be like us?
There's a good chance.
I mean, I don't know if we cannot bleed. with an open wound.
Depends
Here's the
on
problem,
your-
though. He gives me a weird vibe. Looking
In
at
what
him.
way?
I'm glad he couldn't see me. He made all of the hairs on my back stand up. There's something unnatural about the man. Also, I don't think that he breathes.
What do you mean?
Well, you know what you're doing right
yes.
now.
Yes.
Yeah, he didn't
He's
do
not
that.
doing it.
I don't think so.
Are there any legends and stories?
Anybody who wants to can roll me intelligence and esoterica, or occult if you would prefer.
I'm
Difficulty of
gonna have
7.
to do occult. Unless theology is anything, but I doubt it.
Does deductive apply?
No.
Damn.
I have to say no like every 4th time, or else it's not fair.
Sorry, what was the roll?
The difficulty of 7.
okay.
What was the roll?
Oh, int and occult, or int and esoterica.
I got just a fail because I got an 8 and a 1, but fail.
Okay. 3 successes. Well, of course, Chastity, you specifically were warned when you were a young mage working the 5 Points in New York. You were working the brothels there. And you were warned that sometimes some clients would come, by other mages you were warned this, and to be careful of them. Because there were things that lurked in the night that sought out the warmth of companionship, not for the joys of the flesh, but for the taste of blood. Evelyn, how many
I
successes?
got 4 successes.
You know about the Masasa War and can fill in the
Yeah,
rest of
that
your
tracks.
details from there, Joe. Because 4 successes means that as a hermetic, you know not to fuck with these things. Because it's not worth it. Although if you could get some of that blood, you could do some cool shit. Maybe even drink a little
okay.
bit of it, get super strength. No, wait, no.
Wait, no, bad.
Bad. And did you get any successes, Christine?
2.
You know that the technocracy, the Order of Reason / technocracy, keeps an open eye about these type of night creatures. If in fact he is one of these, he is potentially very dangerous, a hemivore, a creature that dwells in the night, that hunts down the living to sup on their blood to extend their unnaturally elongated lives. With the exception of Darcie, all of you will realize that the man in the carriage next to Evelyn and Josephine's room may very well be a vampire.
Okay. So like those ones we pretty sure we ran into in London but tried to avoid and just decided like fuck that.
Yep, absolutely.
Okay.
What? You guys all have a weird look on your face right now.
Let's just be very sure that we're locking our doors when we sleep.
Yes, that.
Why?
If you want to keep your blood in your body.
Oh.
And I think that's a great place to take a break with that noise. Thanks, Robin.
Oh.
Perfect stinger.
You're
Perfect
welcome.
Dun 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 dun. We'll be back after this break, folks. Don't go anywhere. Oh, hi. Welcome back. This is the part of the program where I'm going to briefly talk to the chat while I drink some coffee. So hi, everybody. How's it going? Welcome to Mage the Victorian Age here on Dork Tales. Yeah. So, it's, you know what? You guys are going to meet, and I never said this guy's first name, so he just as likely is Cuthbert Beckett as he is Samuel Beckett. Now, whether or not I'm talking about the Scott Bakula character from Quantum Leap or the playwright, who knows? Wouldn't it be great? Wouldn't it be great if it was Sam Beckett, like, leaping from life to life, striving to put right what once went wrong, and then you just, like, stake him? That's what really happened to Scott Bakula at the end of Quantum Leap. He got staked by Joe.
There we go. Yeah, that seems about right.
Ow! I'm dying! Sam, we're gonna have to leap! That's what happened. Yeah, so I hope everybody's doing well tonight. I'm yawning a lot because I'm very sleepy. Cause I didn't sleep very well last night because Doggy was punching me in the face a lot. It would have been an ending, Arctic Horse. And an ending is better than no ending. But I am really happy that we're playing this game and that we got together today. And welcome to book 3. A lot of things have happened. Just don't worry about it. Keep watching. Ironically, breaking tradition was meant to kind of come like, I guess midway through book 1, which is when we ran it. So yeah, it's interesting because there is some stuff in breaking tradition that implies a lot of things for what happens in the future of this game. But I'm doing that thing that I do in all of my games where I link them together across time periods where I'm really vague about something that happened. You know? And I'm like, yeah, this character's technically still alive, which is funny because I had somebody leave a comment in the first episode of this chronicle that they were disinterested in watching because they knew that all the characters survived. Yeah, no, they were really much like, well, if I know they all survive, then what do I care? And I'm like, okay, you have never watched one of my mage games before. Survival is like the second thing that you want. A lot of times death is preferable. Especially when dark things like Nefonti and Marauders are concerned. Like, my God. I reread... So, Jen was in the very end of a Mage the Ascension game, which actually was Amy's first Mage the Ascension game. And I wrote epilogues for all of the characters. And I reread them the other day. And out of them, I don't think anyone specifically died in that entire chronicle. However... James's character got reprogrammed into the technocracy and then eventually harvested for an Atlas unit, if I'm not mistaken. Tilly's character just straight up got rebirthed into a new body and with no memory of her previous life. So basically died. Oh, actually, one of the characters did die because Theodora did die and became a vampire. So that counts. Which she was a hermetic, so that's about the worst fate you can have. And I'm just looking through this, I'm like, you know, about half of the people there got totally wrecked. And
if I'm remembering correctly, I feel like my character had one of the better endings.
Yeah, she had a really good ending.
Yeah.
I think Caitlin's character had the best ending because she ended up in like in a throuple with like herself and a demon inside of the body of her dead boyfriend, which meant that her boyfriend was also still alive. So they had a throuple going with 2 bodies.
I also had probably one of the best endings because I was only a character in that for a little bit, and then some stuff happened.
Your ending frustrates me a little bit, specifically because I reference Galaxy Quest in it. And I thought when I was writing it, because I wrote it all in a mad manic blur, that I thought I was referencing, Doctor Who, but yeah. So, but yeah, so like there are way worse things than death. In fact, death is the easy way out for losers. Don't be a loser. Let me torture you.
So many other things can happen other than death.
It's true. And speaking of things that are much worse than death, a quick reminder that we have just started a brand new chronicle over on our Patreon of Mage the Ascension Bedlam, which is a game that's set in the 1920s in Seattle. And after episode 1, it is very much implied that there are way worse things that can happen to these characters. And there's a reason I will not reference any of them in future games, probably. I am very fortunate because everybody but Amy here is like helping produce or suggest ideas for this game. And like Jen is whole hog, like I basically just was like, Jen, I need hermetics, get to work. And Jen was like, I'm on it. And then threw me like 500 names. And then Christine and Robin.
All the names. I don't have any more.
You don't have any more. That's why you don't have any names. And then tomorrow night, we have Mage the Ascension Technocracy Dominion, which has so many colons. It's ridiculous. It's just all of the dots. And I'm very excited about that because we get to watch the players do something, well, about half the players do something really dumb, which is the right thing to do, but is the wrong thing to do. Because morality in the technocracy is fun.
Oh, Cal. Oh, Cal.
Oh, Cal. You did the right thing. God damn it, Jen. I was trying not to talk about the colonoscopy. I was going to say that it has more colons than a proctologist's office, but I held it in. And then you go ahead and put Mage the Ascension Technocracy Colonoscopy. Technocracy Deep Scope. Technocracy Zero Bum. I got her with Zero Bum. Oh, God. That's great. All right, so any other things that we need to talk about, need to share about before we hop back into game? So we got about another 45, 50 minutes of game before the end of this one, I think. We're going to leave on a little bit of cliffhanger. The other fun thing that I want to tell you all is that as we are... You're making it worse, Jen. You're making it worse. There's even more colons in that. Why are there... You can't put a colon after mage. Now you're being an asshole. Anyway, Jen just put Mage : The Ascension : Technocracy : Proctology : Colonoscopy : The Depths : I'm really surprised she didn't put the : Depths : The Oblivion.
Literally me typing that right now.
Are you really that? Yeah, it's because we live in the
Yes.
same brain. Robin. Starring Colin Powell. God, what an awful name to be named. Colin's bad enough, but your first name actually being Colin, that's pretty bad. So we are, yeah, everybody's really tired here. I really wanted to say, though, that I'm excited that you're here with us and that we're back. And a quick note that this week on Wednesday, we have what might be the final episode of this book of Transylvania Chronicles. So if so, we have that. And then the next game is going to be the epilogue / time jump chapter. And then we're into Mage every week until this book's done. So that'll be really good. We'll have to figure out how to help Robin with that because Robin is going just colon deep into Harvest. And I know that adding all of the freckles does take you a while because you have to add each one individually. You should just get them tattooed on. I think that would be really just faster.
I mean, I used to do it all individually. I use a root touch-up thing to do it now.
That's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. You just like
Yeah.
get it on. You don't get like full spray, but you get it so it's just
it's
like basically misting, and you go. Yeah, you basically go so it's going.
You
then you
raspberry
just go-
yourself. Raspberry. Only
Here I
one
am,
mage.
Covering my whole face to hide all my freckles.
You just played the wrong characters. Right? You should have swapped. God, that is one thing I miss about LARPs. The episodes where we'd have body swap episodes and you would find two players that were roughly the same body size and switch their costumes. That was pretty great. Those episodes were always fun. Not as fun as the musical episodes.
Musical episodes are pretty good.
The musical episodes were great. Unfortunately we can't do them because
Copyright.
I don't know copyright basically because they were lip sync
Copyright
episodes.
and lag.
And lag, right? Also, there was always one fun thing about running a musical episode in a LARP, and watch Robin's face on this because she wasn't there for any of it. But Robin, it's a lip sync episode, right? So I give them the track a week in advance to rehearse and practice for their scene. The best thing is when I always trick people into thinking that they're the only one who's doing the singing. Like that, I did that with the first one where they were all in a Marauderscape that turned out to be a musical. And I was like, you're going to have a paradox effect this week that's going to make you perform a song if you think you have the guts to do it. But don't tell anybody, because I want it to be a surprise for everybody. And I told everybody the exact same story. And so the look on their faces after the first person breaks into song, and they're just like, it's a musical episode. It was so good. It was so good.
Oh, see, I thought you meant like doing a duet for a song and someone like have two people literally start singing the same song, because
I did that as well. We did well, Jen, you sang Popular from Wicked, but we had
but that wasn't a duet.
That wasn't a duet. Kai and a Mike that you guys don't know. So two people you don't know did Anything You Can Do from Annie Get Your Gun.
Because they were both Euthanatory, weren't they?
They were both Euthanatoy, and they were having an argument.
So is anything you can do, I can do better.
I can do better.
Yeah.
That's great.
That was good.
It was basically a Thanatoy off, it sounds like.
It was Euthanatoy off.
It was delightful.
But the thing that the most delightful thing was so Robin, I told you about Therese, the old verbena. What you didn't hear is that eventually throughout that story, I'll keep this brief, chat, because you weren't in the game, but she eventually got murdered by Jen's fake technocrat and had a backup copy of her brain that went into her familiar. So her brain was in a cat. And unfortunately, her brain was starting to erode because it was stuck in a cat's brain, and there's only so much space in that. So she got stuck in an air vent during the musical, and as they were going by, all they could hear is memories. Which was really tragic, but also really funny. Because, like, that's my layered humor right there.
God.
No, but the problem with musical episodes is there's always that one player that insists that they're a good singer. And they try to sing over the boombox or whatever we're using to pipe in the music. And it's like, just stop. Just stop. You're not as good as like, you know, Idina Menzel or, you know, Kristen Chenoweth or Bridget, not Bardot, Bridget. Yes.
No idea.
I don't know. The one who sings Anything You Can Do, I Can Do Better. All right.
Okay. I will say, just as an aside, because this I feel is important to understand Kelly as a storyteller. He says,
Good
my
luck.
secret technocrat. I didn't know until that game that I was a secret technocrat.
You took Dark Fate. You took a 5-point flaw, Jen. That is all that matters.
No, Kelly, you told me, you told me that it was it was partly that I was playing an NPC for you, sort of.
Was I lying?
No, but I just mean it wasn't that I took Dark Fate. It was that you had created this thing.
You took a few points of Doom as an adversarial background. I know that.
Yeah, that too.
You had a couple of those.
What can I say? I like the trauma.
You do like the trauma. You do like the trauma. I explained that to Robin. I gave Robin, so you should have seen Robin's face when I explained like the year I'm whole again evaporates into quintessence. It was pretty great. Amy doesn't even know that. So hey, Robin, you're a step ahead of Amy on this one. But hey, the best part of
which character?
This was in Mage the Ascension, the Pandora effect, Mage LARP 2. So 2 LARPs before you were in.
Yeah, but remember, I have a whole bunch of stuffs from that you like info dumped us, so there's a chance I did get told.
And I mean, I've talked about it before, but it basically for the first half of the game, I was the secret undercover technocrat that I didn't realize I was, because my actual character had been taken by the technocrats, and I lost all my memory and whatnot, and then became that character afterwards for the rest of it, and then I had an epic fight at the end of me versus her. So
that was a good fight. I enjoyed it.
And I suppressed all of the paradox until the end, and then I dissolved into quintessence because so many paradox points.
Mother, can you hear me? And what actually brought this up is that the final battle of that game was like 3 people against this like super powered mage spirit hybrid, while Comme ce Todd from Evangelion, or End of Evangelion was playing in the background of the scene, like bum ba bum ba bum 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 bum, and it was just, oh god, I'm such a pretentious wanker, but I loved
Yes.
it. But you loved it. It's not pretentious
Yes.
if you guys love it. It's not. But
It's
speaking of
it's
things
true.
that you love, let's head back into game. And why do I tell you guys all this stuff? It's not like any of it's going to be relevant. Speaking of which, Robin, how are you doing on the blacklist? You catching up? You're really good about that? Anyway, going back in. Robin sends me a message today of her. She's like starting to binge season 1 of the blacklist because I showed her episode 1 and I'm like, I ripped that off. And she's like, well, here I am.
Yeah, you did that to me too, and I ended up like 6 seasons or 7 seasons in or something before I finally ended up having to stop watching because I was waiting for more to come out.
It ends really poorly, but yeah, the first like 3 or 4 seasons are pretty solid.
I'm on like episode 6 of season 1.
Oh, have you gotten to the episode with the soup yet? Like the guy that like
I
melts
just
people?
watched that.
Oh, that's a
watched
good
that
episode.
one. Yeah.
That's a good
really
episode.
good.
Yeah. All right, speaking of melting people, we're going to melt your hearts as we head back into game here on Dork Tales. Y'all ready for this? Hello and welcome back to Mage the Ascension the Victorian Age here on Dork Tales. As Darcie makes that noise low in her throat, oh, vampires, she thinks. What do you guys do? It's about 9 o'clock at this point. You have about an hour before it's time to go and meet with Sammy. What do you all do? Sitting around talking about vampires inside of this room. Bran is licking himself and cleaning himself up. And as...
Should we also discuss what we overheard? Well, what Evelyn understood at that table? Because we saw someone snooping around rooms at the beginning of the train, which seems like months ago, but was really like a day or 2 ago. Did you say key? Evelyn?
I narrated the whole thing in translation from what
Yeah,
was
yeah.
amongst
So
everybody.
yeah,
So
yeah,
whatever was said was said.
yeah.
Yes,
yeah.
it was.
So a key's been stolen.
Or something along those lines. Like, key could mean multiple things, like key to a text, key to an object, key to a lock, key to unlocking a chemical equation,
Key to a puzzle.
key to life.
But
I don't know.
if it is a physical key, I wonder what it's a key to.
The silence that follows that statement. There will be a sudden... a knock at your door that breaks the silence, startling you all slightly. Hello? Miss Goodwin?
Cass will get up and go to the door.
And you will see a small man, a boy actually, Rafik, the little porter, standing there. He's a little Egyptian man, Egyptian boy more or less, of about, I think he was 14 or 15, standing there, holding a long rope leash. Good. Miss, I have your dog? And he holds out the leash
thank you.
as you see Clementine just shivering with anxiety and anticipation, trembling like she is on like basically like she's coming in out of a blizzard worth of anxiety. Just, her teeth are chattering inside of her long, incredibly long mutant
Clementine's a
snout.
boy.
Oh, pardon me. Who can tell at this point? But yes, and it's he looks like a Bezo. What are they called?
Borzoi.
A Borzoi.
Yeah, like a Borzoi mix. If anyone's familiar with
We're gonna call it a
Cleo
Borzoid.
Longlegs on TikTok, it's like that mix
This
of
is
like
Cleo.
It's that that one I sent you where the person like had photoshopped the neck super long.
Yes.
Like,
This is giraffe
Let
dog.
me do it for you.
giraffe dog.
All right, so this trembling dog is standing there looking up at you and is going to, with a whine, go right between your legs and bury himself up to the shoulders between your knees. The rest of you are going to see this mutant dog head jut out the back of Chastity's skirt and look at you with a wide-eyed look of... It lets out a low whine that sounds like the wailing of a Victorian child.
Darcie just shudders every time she looks at this creature that she created.
It lets out this low wailing.
Yeah, Taz will pat its head and take the lead from Rafik.
Rafik will remain standing there.
She'll pull out a coin, I guess, as a tip.
Thank you very much, ma'am. He was a pleasure to walk. If you require any services, please, I am happy to walk dog again.
Very good.
And he will rush off into the hallway.
Close the door. Look at the dog. It's a little shakier than last time.
Yeah, what did it see? That's a...
I don't really know. She's just gonna focus on trying to calm it down a little bit.
Give me a charisma and animal ken roll if you have animal ken. Otherwise, you can give me charisma and make me a suggestion.
I have
Vice, give it some cocaine.
No. Let's see, what do I have?
To be fair, the length of that nose, if you gave it cocaine, it would take probably about a day for it to reach its brain.
I have empathy, expression, intimidation, subterfuge,
Let us go ahead and say that it's going to be an empathy roll.
Okay, so that was what in empathy?
That's going to be charisma and empathy, difficulty 8, because this is a mutant dog. And it's hard to be empathetic with a mutant dog.
Although I did rewire its brain a while back.
Difficulty
So it might
7
be
for the
more amenable.
rewired mutant dog.
And I'm guessing bold does not apply.
No, bold would give you the opposite thing. You need gentle. Is there anything that is better as a storyteller than just making stupid noises for your players?
All right, I got two 10s and a 9, but the 9 is being eaten by a 1. So 2 successes.
All right, so it will curl up in your lap and just start shaking and trembling. And then we'll slowly calm down.
I will feed it some snacks. Squirreled away from the dining cart.
It will
Dining
eat
car.
one of them. It will consume it. Go hum hum, and then we'll go bleh, and we'll let it fall out of its mouth without having chewed it.
I'm not sure what I expected.
It will then re-eat it.
My mistake. Didn't realize you wanted it pre-chewed.
Bleh.
So, just a quick reminder, because I'm looking back at notes from other games. Like, previous games, not other games.
You're seeing other games without me? You're seeing other games behind my back?
So, Bran found a black leather badge in the Pinkertons' room
Yep.
from Fitzpatrick. said roommate smells like death. Was he referring to the frail man that Josephine recognized and was talking about earlier?
No,
Okay, that was a different frail man.
that was a different frail man. I didn't say that. Well, I said the room smells like death. Yes.
Nope, I have roommate smells like death. Written in my
Perhaps.
notes.
Okay. Well, then the roommate smells like death.
But not the guy that Josephine was talking
No,
about.
Dr. Milo Morvidius? Perish the thought. That's the best name I've ever come up with, by the way. Bite me. Unless they are. You've not seen the other roommate. Perhaps it is Milo Morvidius, actually. Perhaps you should go encounter Milo Morvidius. He's in the dining car right now.
So what are we going to do? We have a train full of people that might be hunting us, maybe, or might not be. Something that got stolen. You got that mind pattern off that thief, right? Or the person, presumably the thief that was snooping around. You got their mind pattern, didn't you, Chastity?
I believe so, yeah.
Don't you have a date to go to?
Got a date in an hour, yep.
Okay.
Meeting.
Oh, it is a date.
The meeting, date, thing.
Of course, yes.
But yes, I've got that in an hour. Maybe while I'm out looking at stars, you can go talk to other people in the train and see if you can find that mind pattern, or take Bran with you and see if he can find the roommate that smelled like death.
I can,
Which is different than the vampire apparently next door.
well, considering the vampire
Vampire
next door only just
Vampire
got
next door-
here.
Yeah, just got here. So,
It's probably not him.
also, I think it's probably bad form if a vampire smells like death.
Yeah, probably.
It'd be kind of telling, wouldn't it?
Well, if you're all sitting here, now this game has been going on for quite a while. So why don't we do a group roll? So in Chronicles of Darkness, you would be able to do an investigation roll to assemble clues where you could ask me questions. I think this is a fantastic mechanic that did not exist back when World of Darkness was created. So what I would like you all to do is, who here has the investigation skill or ability? So it's on the rightmost column. Perfect.
I have a single
All right.
dot.
All right, so anybody with investigation can make me an intelligence plus investigation roll. I will allow, if Christine would like to make this roll with just intelligence, you can do so by spending a willpower. The willpower will not give you an automatic success, but will basically allow you to make the roll when you normally wouldn't be able to.
Sorry, it was an intelligence and
Investigation.
I have investigation. Why
Oh,
would I
you
be
didn't
on-
raise your hand when I asked, so.
Oh, sorry. I was looking through my rotes list and trying to remember what they were.
Totally.
My dice are both on the side of my brain and how it's currently doing, and the fact that Josephine
Sure. Let's
has
go
no
against-
idea what half of the clues mean. So
Let's go difficulty 8 for this, just to make it even more dangerous.
it wouldn't have mattered. I
Okay.
rolled 2 4s and 2 1s.
Okay, that's a 0 from Evelyn.
That's a That's a double botch for me.
Oh, it's a double botch from you, okay? Double botch from
It's
you.
2 4s and 2 1s. If the difficulty is 8, no successes. 2
Okay.
1s.
So, what I will allow, so with a total of 2 successes, what I will say is I would like
Well,
you
Christine
all...
hasn't put up her results
She did.
yet.
She put up 0.
Oh, did she? Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, Amy and Robin, both of you, feel free to ask me a question. It does not have to be a yes or no question, but I will only give you... I won't spoil the mystery for you, but I will give you a little bit of knowledge and guidance on which way to go. So if you can you can even narrow it down and ask me about a specific component, such as the Pinkerton badge, the key, Milo Morvidius, which is the funnest name to say in the world. Ask me about one aspect of the mystery, and I will give you a little bit of guidance on it. Because it has been a very long time out of game.
Yeah. Amy and Christine, feel free to put input since we're only allowed to ask 2 things.
At this moment.
Mm-hmm.
I'll let you make this roll again next episode.
Mm.
So, if you have any ideas, just a quick... So with a quick reminder of what has happened, you have gotten on this train. The train is apparently being ran by a pair of technocrats, or at least by one technocrat, as they are trying to expand Queen Victoria's dominion over the Middle East and India by running rail lines through it and displaying technocratic power. Running the rail lines through places where, honestly, it shouldn't run, like through the deserts in Iran, but absolutely not. While there, you have seen that there are a number of strange individuals on here that apparently have ties to, well, an archaeologist / expert in hieroglyphics or something else named Heinrich Müller is on this train, meeting with a British... according to his accent at least, a British man who has lost a key, who was at one of the dig sites outside of the Valley of Kings. From there, you also know that there is a room further down shared by one of the Pinkertons, an Irish man, or at least a man with an Irish accent, who is coming out of America from the Pinkerton Detective Agency, whose roommate smells like death and may be Dr. Milo Morvidius.
I'm gonna steal one of Jen's questions because I think it's kind of the same thing that I was thinking too, but I was wondering if that was too broad.
Yeah.
What clue should we focus on right now? Because it seems like we're kind of trapped on a train with a bunch of people and we're trying to get somewhere, so it's not like we can just...
I would say a good idea would
off.
be to get to know people better. I would go and see if there are anybody in any of the cars. I would see if you can hunt down that Pinkerton agent. You could also go talk to Henry or Sam, or perhaps William Trott, their employer from Scotland Yard. You could also check in with Armand Levesque or Nathaniel P. Calhoun for various reasons. There also is Baroness Clara von Richtenstein, if you want to check in on her and see if she has anything to do with it. Besides that, there is your new next door neighbor, as well as a hook-nosed snobby British man, as well as the honeymooners that are making tons of noise in the luxury car, and that retired woman of a soft physique. You also could just wait it out, but there is something curious about this. Someone is breaking into cars and stealing things. And it's not just Bran.
Right. That's true.
Mm-hmm.
But it definitely is Bran.
Because
Alternatively, you could just ignore...
out of character, fully out of character.
Mm-hmm.
Just so if I'm trying to make sure that I understand what's going on. So we still have the
box.
right?
The box.
Uh-huh.
You have the box.
Yes.
But
And
if there's
someone's
some-
going around breaking into rooms.
Yeah.
We know that there are people who seem to be technocrats. We don't want their attention.
Mm-hmm.
And yet we've just gone and drawn a whole lot of attention to ourselves, which is great. Love that for us. And I'm just not sure. Okay, so then we have the Pinkertons, which we know are often employed by or are members of the Union,
Mm-hmm.
of the
Yes.
Order of Reason. So, but we don't know if there's a connection between them and whoever's going around breaking into the rooms and stealing things.
I would also say that there is one more thing, and that is some Middle Eastern dignitaries have recently gotten on board, and Sam and Henry and William Trott are, at the very least, chaperoning them as they acclimatize themselves to the vessel.
Right.
But you could also just enjoy yourselves tonight. This could be not quite close enough to you yet. Out of character.
Yeah, I guess, I mean, there was the concern about the weird guy who just showed up on the train, but we answered that question and we're like, oh, well, that's great, cool.
Let's
No
not
good.
bother. Yeah.
Let's not antagonize that person.
Yeah.
Yes.
Let's not antagonize.
But
the
other
vampire.
than that, I mean, I don't know that. I feel like Chastity's thinking, like, keep our heads down so that they don't
Same.
like focus on
Yes.
us.
Like out of character, I know
And
we should probably snoop a bit, but in character, staying low.
In character, I want to keep my head down. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that sounds totally fine. to
Now,
me.
Kelly, you can absolutely do stuff to change your minds on that.
Yes, exactly.
Oh, I will. I will. Well, what else do you plan on doing tonight then? Before
Darcy's gonna go for
To answer-
Sam.
yeah, okay. So to answer that then is we know there's Pinkertons on the train. We know we've just made a fuss. Chas wants to know how much attention is now directed towards the doves after all this shit has happened. So it's less that she wants to go and socialize, but she kind of wants to figure out who has eyes on them.
Good question.
you could go try to break into the car of the man who smells like death. See if they have any information. Or
Pinkerton
you,
detective agent.
yeah.
So, question.
Mm-hmm.
Giving somebody else luck,
Yes.
how noisy of an effect would that be, do you think?
Very super easy, barely an inconvenience.
Okay. I think Evelyn might focus on doing that for anybody who's going to go look. But she's thinking she might need to be trying to stay a little bit out of sight because she's very specifically wanted.
Wait a minute. Is Joe currently the least like noticeable / suspicious character out of the four of us?
Yes.
Yes.
Evelyn is very specifically hunted by the Order of Reason because of what she did
Yeah.
on the
Yeah.
very
No,
first
that's right.
episode.
I more meant like the stuff that has happened on the train. None of it has been Joe centric.
I was gonna say Darcy and Joe are probably the least noticeable at the current moment.
Aside from the fact that I do have cultural other, but that I
Yeah.
think the train has so many cultural others
Cultural
right now.
others that you kind of fit in, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. I think Joe's just gonna go. Like actually, I guess. The last meal was done and served. Can I? I know they said we could like go and still eat and like
So you
or
still
like
drink,
we can.
yeah.
We could we could finish what we had ordered if we ordered before 9 and stay as long as like basically as long as we wanted, and then also drink, right? So
Mhm.
if I go back to the dining car, just to see who's around to just kind of sit there, out of character, I think it's a good opportunity if the doctor is still there because he did say something about wanting to talk with me more. That's one thing I vaguely remember. That maybe maybe we'd meet in the dining car one night kind of thing. So out of character, I'd be fine with that conversation. I am
Okay.
tired, so my brain's just not functioning. Though.
Absolutely. Okay.
So then if Chaz is wanting to at least keep an eye out for that mind pattern that she detected before to see if it pops up anywhere.
Totally. Do you have correspondence?
I do.
How much?
I have 1 dot.
Okay. So with 1 dot, you could also use time. Basically, you could use time and mind to more or less walk around and see if you can follow where that person has gone. Basically, like searching for footsteps.
Yeah, I think that's kind of what she's thinking of doing.
How would you do this magically?
Well, her mind one is the is usually the substances and such. She does have that bottle of Shiraz. So she might just say screw it and wander around the train drinking out of a bottle of wine.
That sounds good. All right. So,
you know what? Let's add it. Make herself seem a little bit crazier because some prayer is one of her general, like her foci and just how she does stuff. Usually for prime, but I'm pretty sure it works for time too. As well. So she's probably gonna seem like a bit of a mad woman.
Sounds good. Okay. In the meanwhile, what is Evelyn doing?
Okay. So I think if somebody is going off or going to more investigate, she would like to run some probability calculations to give them luck.
Okay. So who are you going to be casting that on, or are you going to be casting it on all your friends?
I guess what would be, I don't know, the extent likelihood of, I guess, how much would I need to hit all of them?
So you would need an additional success per person. Now here's the question. Are you trying to lower their difficulties on things luckily, or are you trying to give them like rerolls?
I think
Like
maybe lowering difficulty so it's going to likely make it easier for them to not get caught or get into trouble.
Okay, so just general fortune. So yeah, go ahead and give me entropy 3. And
either that, or I'm also willing to like do it in such a way that it's on your judgment call of whether something luckily happens that aids them.
Sure, that sounds good. So you'll need 1 success for a round, 2 successes for a minute, 3 successes for a scene. So you're looking at 5 successes to cover all 3 of your friends for an hour.
Okay.
4 successes to cover 2 of them, 3 successes to cover 1 of them for an hour.
Okay. I'd like to take a bit of time to do this.
Okay.
Would my lightning calculator and concentration apply to this? I guess concentration not so much, but lightning calculator because I'm trying to do this mathematically.
If you're trying to do this mathematically, why don't we go to my favorite thing, and that is ability enhancing magics and magic enhancing abilities. So what I would love you to do is with lightning calculator, that means you do it faster, and I believe it gives you a -2 difficulty on any mathematics thing. So would you please do me the honor of doing some math? That is going to be intelligence and science at a difficulty of 4.
Okay, int and science. Okay. Okay, chemistry does not apply. Does deductive apply?
No. I feel that mathematical is inductive, but...
Okay, you said difficulty 4.
So that would be...
That's 6 successes.
Cool. You have a max of 3 that you can roll on this, so that's good. Go ahead and make me so your Arete check is going to be at difficulty of 3.
Nice. Oh, actually. Am I rolling? I'm rolling Arete, right?
Yes.
Cool. Not entropy.
Yeah, Arete.
You said difficulty 3?
Difficulty of 3.
Cool. Okay.
And 10s do explode, don't forget.
Cool. These are really hard to read in the dark.
In the dark.
Okay. 6.
6 successes? Okay, cool. So you are going to be able to provide good luck. Would you like to include yourself in this?
Sure.
Cool. Okay, so for the next, so either you can include yourself in it and it'll work for the next hour, or you can exclude yourself and it'll last for the next day for all the 3 of them.
Let's do that one instead.
Okay. So
Day and the 3 of them. And I might try and play not very well seen.
okay, lucky for Day, and that's going to be Darcie, Chas, and Joe. Okay, so doing some calculations, you are going to make things a little bit easier for them, some floating luck for them. That's really cool. And I would like, Chas, if you're wandering around taking those drinks, why don't you go ahead and give me this at a difficulty of, using Mind 1 and Time 2, that's going to be a difficulty of 6, which turns into 5 if you're using your specialty foci. And you're praying loudly at the same time?
I didn't say loudly. I feel like she's kind of mumbling to herself.
Okay, but in a way that's obvious and crazy? Cool, difficulty 4.
Great. That's 4 successes.
Oh god, okay, and Joe, you're just heading back to the dining car.
I think I'm gonna grab a book, just something from out of my bag, just to
Alright.
like have something. So it's not like I'm obviously people watching or listening in on conversations or anything like that.
Sounds good. And Darcie, you start heading toward the observation lounge. It's getting closer to 10 o'clock right now after this long conversation, and you know there's a little bit of time dilation here. So you'll probably arrive a few minutes early.
Yeah, she'll
Okay.
she'll probably make her way to the bar cart, get like a bottle of wine and a couple glasses to bring with a baklava.
Okay. Sounds good. So we are going to go accordingly. Stepping outside, we find ourselves in the hallway as you are wandering around. Chastity, you wander backwards, following the footsteps that glow in the ground in front of you. You are going to see this man's aura, almost, a ghostly figure. As you wander around, heading back toward the lower cars where Bran had snooped around, following the memory of this man. He is paced back and forth significantly. You are going to find your way back to his car. And you can see that he's doubled back recently. Following time, he has moved forward toward the front cars. You are going to find your way to the train car that this room is inside of. The one that smells like death, Chastity. Making your way back between those, you are going to be wandering back and forth, taking swigs off of your wine. And as you are, some people are going to pass you, giving you a little bit of a berth. Not quite sure exactly what is going on with you as you are milling your way between the cars. In fact, one man is going to take a look at you as you pass down inside of one of those sleeper cars, right next to where you pause to watch the spectral form of this man, this anxious man. He's going to take a look at you. He's a tall, broad, bearded man with a little bit of gray coming into his soul patch and along the sides of his scalp. He's wearing a large fur jacket lined with the skin of a lion. "You drinking alone?" he says to you in a thick Serbian accent.
She just nods, kind of looks at him, and then like her eyes will probably like pass over him.
What an interesting woman on this train. You are saying prayers. Catholic? Orthodox? May God go with you and guide you in all the days of your life. Eh?
She'll raise the bottle like a cheers, and then it'll keep going.
He will reach inside of the lion-lined coat, pull out an engraved flask with a bullet hole, well, a bullet ding in the side of it, and will cheers you, taking a swig of something that smells very sharply alcoholic, like turpentine almost. Finally, some kindred spirits that aren't just this boring doctor. He takes a swig. And you were going to follow the footsteps. It wasn't that long ago. The last footsteps are maybe an hour ago? Many people have already gone to bed. 9 o'clock is quite late for a number of people here, who are used to rising and sleeping along with the comings and goings of the sun. Even in the days of electric lights, people do go to bed a bit earlier, waking in the middle of the night to read by candlelight, or to do what else people do in the middle of the night. You make your way further back, following these steps, following these relics of the man that had come before. Through the Albert car that you're in, into the Exeter car, the York dining car, the Rosewood Lounge, the Prince Edward. But now, you can see that the signs are going to be blocking out a bit of what is meant to be back here. We're now getting in to the rear cars, the coach class, third class sleepers, the crew and utility cars. And of course, the very, very cheap seats at the back of the plane near the caboose. What do? Do you continue further?
I think so. Yeah.
As you take a step further, you are going to open the sliding door, revealing before you that there are a number of basically bunks. You're in the crew and utility car, where all of the crew people for the train sleep. It's a tight-knit area, almost submarine-like, a reference that goes a little bit beyond your current understanding. But as you press in further, you are going to hear a voice say, excuse me, Miss Goodwin? Looking down, you'll see Rafik, shoeless, giving himself a towel wash along his legs and arms from where drool had caked itself on from Clementine. Can I help you with something?
I think I've gotten turned around.
Are you lost? I could help you.
No, I think I just have to go back the other way.
Meanwhile, with your eyes open, you're going to see that this man went right through the center of this room, back further behind it. Yes, I'm sorry, it is not... Sorry?
The other side.
The cheap seats and the freight car.
I'm sure I saw someone. Never mind.
He will smile awkwardly at you, not quite sure of what to say to you.
They generally don't come this way if they're in those cars, right?
Are you asking this in character or out of character?
Yeah, in character. She's kind of going like, if someone's got a ticket in there, they generally don't come over like this way, right?
There's no reason to come here unless you are one of the workers.
Oh, okay.
It is not very
I
comfortable.
thought it must have been a passenger, but it must have been a worker, so never mind.
Yes. Have a good night, miss.
You as well.
He will give you a smile and watch you leave, going back to cleaning himself after you start heading toward the door.
And she'll just make a note that if someone's going back and forth, it might be someone who works on the train.
Or it might be sus. If you mention the freight
Or it's
car,
sus.
that's cargo.
Yeah.
Maybe the key is the key to a locked box or something? To maybe someone's traveling chest?
Maybe.
Could be a number of things. Swapping back forward as you see the trail still illuminated in front of you, we head into the dining car. And it's in the dining car that Josephine, you are going to see that Dr. Milo Mervidius has completed his glass of tea, or his cup of tea, I should say, and is merely sitting, reading a book.
What book is he reading?
He is reading a book of plays by Oscar Wilde.
I think at this point, she wasn't necessarily seeking out him specifically, but more like, we'll just sit down at one of the tables and order some tea for herself and also open a book and then just see if there's anybody else around.
What book are you reading?
That's a good question.
I try.
Yeah, right. Something in Latin.
As your tea comes and you begin pouring through the book for a few minutes, a bit of time passes, and as you come to a chapter break, from a nearby table, Dr. Morvidius will lean forward and say, "That book title is quite a mouthful."
Yes, Latin will do that.
Do you read a lot of Latin?
Oh, some here and there. I try to keep up my knowledge of the language, so.
As do I. It's been some time since I've read much Latin at all, but I did learn it when I was at boys' school.
Oh, excellent.
I guess, checking in on learning a bit more. of English, I suppose, he says, lifting the copy of Oscar Wilde's play. Interesting fellow.
Oh. Yes, very. Is it good? What you're reading?
The importance of being earnest is, I really wish that I could have seen it. But when I was in London, I was too busy with work. An interesting fellow. He seems to be the voice of his generation, full of witticisms. Have you ever seen any of his work?
I've not been so lucky, no.
Well, should we all be so lucky? Have you enjoyed your trip so far?
I have. It's been an eye-opening experience.
I have had the fortune of traveling with a big game hunter.
Hmm.
It's ironic that we were paired up. Not serendipity, but absolute irony. A strapping Serbian man. The exact opposite of myself, I see.
Yes, I can see that. I don't know much about big game hunting.
Nor I. The man is a bit of a specimen. He wears the pelt of a lion
Oh.
that he hunted with his own bare hands and a spear, according to him.
Interesting. What qualifies as big game?
I would imagine anything larger than small game.
Oh.
Perhaps anything with a good chance of returning the favor should you try to kill it. But I suppose, would that include a wild boar? They're fairly dangerous, although not nearly as large as a lion or a tiger or a bear. Oh my. The thought of it. I would rather see these glorious creatures in the wild or even in a zoo if had be, but to think that people just kill these things to turn them into rugs.
That does seem wasteful.
I'm glad that you're enjoying your trek. Miss Carrington, was it?
Carrington, yes.
My apologies. I have to thank you again. I'm fairly brittle. You saved my delicate constitution on the train tracks.
Well, happy to help.
I believe I said that I owe you a beverage of some kind. By way of thanks.
Oh.
Would you... Not to be too forward, but there are a number of witnesses here. If you would like to share a glass of wine or even a cup of tea with me.
I would love a cup of tea.
He raises his hand and will wave over the last waiter on duty to bring some black Assam tea. Would you mind terribly if I read with you?
Not at all. Not something anyone's ever asked me, but reading in quiet companionship is lovely.
Companionable silence is something magical, I find. I'd be very interested in seeing what you're reading as well when you're done. It looks very fascinating.
It's one of the classics, but it's much better in its original language.
Most things are. Well, shan't hold you up anymore.
Please sit and read, and thank you for the tea.
All right, and he will sit down and sip tea near you while you both read. And as that occurs, Evelyn, is there anything else that you are doing?
I think mainly trying to lay low for a little bit.
Okay, so just laying low inside of your carriage. That sounds great. So, in that case, you gather up your things, Darcie, preparing to go and meet with Sam, carrying the baklava, the glasses, and the bottle. The observation room is lined in glorious blue brocade fabric. You can see the stars above you. You can see the immense windows showing off both the sky above the Middle East, as well as the huge windows on either side of the car that look out over the darkened terrain as you hurtle by. And as you enter, you can see Sam's back, facing forward. A small grin begins to spread across your face. He's not paying attention to what's behind him. You could easily sneak up on him, you think. And that's when you see that he is having a conversation. There's a person standing in front of him, completely obscured by his width. Much smaller than him. Taking a look around him, seeing the reflection from the inside lamps on the glass that overlooks the hurtling environments around you. You are going to see a woman in a crisp European dress. Small round spectacles perched over a button nose with coal-lined eyes. She has an Egyptian complexion. Dark hair held up in curls, not terribly dissimilar to the way that Evelyn has it, but with more of a hive on top, showing off a long, swan-like neck. She leans in and is speaking with him at an intimate distance. And as you see this, you notice her ungloved hand is resting on the seam of his vest across his chest. How does this affect Darcie?
I think Darcie's smile is going to falter, and very much like how you were describing it to me just now, like my heart caught in my chest as Darcie. So I think she's going to suddenly feel. Initially, she's going to feel betrayed and foolish, and she's curious to try and hear the conversation, so she's gonna try and listen in and be
cool,
sneaky.
Make me a Dex and Stealth roll at a difficulty of 8 because you are in plain view. And you were the only ones in the observation car.
Fast reflexes don't apply, do they?
If you're trying to duck behind some of the seating, sure.
Oh, great, perfect. I think her face is gonna get very red and hurt, and initially tears are gonna start welling up in her eyes, and she's just like, I'm an idiot. What was my difficulty? 8, you said?
Difficulty of 8.
5 successes.
5 successes, all right. With the strength of, with the dexterity of a YA romance protagonist, you are going to duck behind one of the chairs. Just in time to hear a little bit of a conversation between them. Listen, Dr. Haddad, I'll do anything I can to help, but I can't promise anything, all right? Mr. Blackwood, she says, with an English accent ringed by, well, she obviously learned in an English school. And says, I would do anything at all, to ensure that my country's relic remains in our possession. I'm hoping that you can assist us. Mr. Trott said that you would be quite amenable to aiding us. Mr. Trott wouldn't have implied anything. Now, if those fellas took something from you, I'm happy to help arbitrate it. But I can't overstep my bounds as a security agent of this railroad. If you have a problem there, you should probably take it up with Mr. Trott directly. Are you sure? I could be very, very persuasive. And very grateful. You have no idea what secrets are being transported on this train as we speak. Things that could have been lost to the sands of time for millennia. Things that could be lost again. Or perhaps stolen. Well, I don't know about any of that, but if you'll excuse me, Doctor, I'm meeting somebody. Of course. Please, don't forget. My family would be very, very grateful for your aid. I know that you have a bit of a problem at the moment. I'm sure that we could clear it up for you. I'll do what I can. No promises. That's all I'm asking. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have to go speak with Mr. Aldarwish. I appreciate your cooperation. Samuel. And she will turn and walk past you. Fuck me, he's going to say as the door shuts behind her. Darcie, do you do
We
anything?
haven't really had any 3 dates yet.
What the fuck? How long have you been there?
I just got here.
Did you... You scared the piss out of me.
I I brought wine and baklava to make up for it.
To make up for scaring me? You planned it?
No, but I brought wine and baklava, but maybe this will help make it up for scaring you. Are you okay?
Yeah. Of course I'm okay. Why wouldn't I be okay?
Cause you look a little tense.
Let's just say the new dignitaries that got on in Jerusalem are a bit demanding.
Yeah, she looks a little familiar with you.
Oh. Really?
What? I just it's a comment.
Jealous?
No. Maybe.
Oh, really? Well, I'll have you know that that ink-stained book nerd, the best that she did was get a little bit of blue ink on my vest and nothing more. She ain't my type.
What's your type?
Apparently weirder.
She seemed pretty weird, but
Then I like it when they bring me sweets.
well, here I am.
And there, in the middle of the empty observation deck that no two people should be inside of the front of the train, you're going to stare at each other for a moment. And then Sam is going to take a step closer to Darcie and say, "Good. Here I am." And is going to grab the baklava out of her hand and drop it onto one of the nearby tables at such a height that the plate just snaps in half. And then there's going to be that moment of just hyper focus. And as we pull back outside of the viewing windows, we can see the two collide. Their lips, well, I'm assuming, hungrily. Yeah. And the last thing that we will see as the two finally collide is two glasses tumbling to the floor. Luckily, fortunately, mathematically, not breaking as they strike the carpeted floor. Pardon me, I actually need to pause for 1 second. Also, you finally got kissed. Yay!
I did! I got kissed finally!
That seemed like that could have gone a lot of ways. But it didn't. It went the right way.
Also, I love the chat, like, being on my side, being like, I thought for a second we're gonna have to go send Bran to go barf in Sam's shoes because he was, like,
Right.
with another woman.
All right.
My heart literally dropped, just to let you know. Like, I felt the betrayal. I was like, no!
Good. That's what I'm here for. All right. Elsewhere, we move away from the observation car. We find ourselves in another car, further back. As Chastity is rebuked from it, we move further back, away from the room where the workers are. Further back, back to the freight car. It's dark inside of here. It is only the sound of the train passing over, passing by, plunging into the night on the way toward Damascus. No one goes into this car. It is overloaded with all manner of things. Extra large freight, boxes of trade goods. And amidst them, a man, built like a dock worker, cracks open a crate with a crowbar, prying the lid off with a... Dust and sand take to the air in the dimness of the room, illuminated only by the lantern that he has carried with him. And as he looks down, we see that he is looking at an immense shape that glitters back at him with gold and profane imagery. And as he smiles down, the gold beneath him glimmering back in his eyes, he reaches into his pocket and pulls out a large dial that clicks open, an ancient device springing open into a key. "Here's to fortune," he says, and reaches down. And as we cut to black, we hear a series of unlocking sounds and a groan, followed by a blood-curdling scream. And that's where we're going to end the game today. There you go.
So what now?
Definitely
So what
fine.
now? Definitely fine.
Yeah, you're going to hear a man's blood-curdling scream.
That's fine.
Yeah. So hey folks, there you go. There you go. There you go. Happy to help you. Happy to be here. Did you guys have some fun with that? You got kissed, you got...
I got
There we go. Now we can stop pretending. Now we can get into the real arguments.
Yeah. Did she meet Sam?
It only took 10 episodes? 12
Chapter
episodes?
2. 9 episodes it took.
9 episodes. Nice.
No, 10 episodes. 10 episodes. Just
What we
chapter
need to
2.
do is we need to hook Josephine up with either Milo Morvidius or Beckett or both.
Why not both?
No.
On either? Not Beckett? I feel like Beckett would be a good choice. You
No.
guys could just... Milo Morvidius and you could be reading buddies, though.
Yeah,
friends.
reading buddies.
What about
is
pen
fine.
pals?
She knows Beckett's a vampire now. She's like, meh.
Aw. You presume Beckett's a vampire. He's probably a vampire. All right. Hey, folks. Thank you for being here for another episode of Mage the Victorian Age. Now we can actually get into the meat and potatoes of the rest of the Chronicle as we hit death on the Empress Express.
Was that fun with the death?
Hey, there's a little bit of death, finally. Well, I mean, we had a little death, and then we have a big death. So last episode was little death. This episode is big death. So, a lot of explosive death. But we'll find out more about that on next episode. In the meanwhile, I want everybody to do me a favor and take 4 experience, 2 from me, 2 from the chat, as we progress further in. We'll be back in 2 weeks on a Wednesday here. And if you like what we do here, consider joining the Patreon. It's a great way to support the channel, and you get to see a bunch of additional early content like our Dominion game tomorrow night, as well as Mage Bedlam, which is another period era game that is very, very dark, and will make this game look nice and shiny. I'm very excited to have you there, and I'd love for you to spend some time with us. Like our divine producers, my parents, and Shaikonde Vermilion, and Soul Omen, our demonic producer, Sorcerer Sanguine, our wizards of the Patreon, Tammy the Forever Cleric, the Ink Goblin, Krosh Urquhart, and Big Nut. Our Monster Maker Laruk, and our High Council, Terran, Amberthist, Raven with Baubles, Chef Death, Brian Kaler, Nerdy Metal Gent, Grumpy Owl, Nihilist, Cookiemon Steve, and Iron Warrior X. And with that, we'll see you tomorrow night for Dominion over on Patreon. And in the meanwhile, be sure to not jump to any conclusions when you see your potential love interest being touched by a member of their chosen romantic sex. And just don't date a vampire, I guess. I don't know. Ah, damn it, Shaikon just bought another XP. Take 5 XP total. There we go. There you go. Total of 5. There you go. All right. So we will be back in 2 weeks. I guess a week and a half, because we're filming on a Sunday today. So we'll see you the Wednesday after next week. Good night, everybody. Bye.